Okay, so we found a apprentice of a wizard.
He's a servant to the temple.
To the temple. He's a temple
Yeah.
servant. How do I relate to that temple? I am kind of a neutral good. What temple, what goddess is it?
It's Oral, who is the only goddess that's legally allowed to be worshipped, and she's evil.
Right. And I think I'm kind of I know some members of my party are, I know the elf is a heretic to that, and I think I'm kind of a agnostic or a rebel to that cause. I think we're all becoming rebels to that. Because magic is outlawed by them too, right? And
yes.
They're evil and very icy. And what about the servant themselves? Do I remember anything about if they were were they a truly devoted, faithful servant of Ariel, or were they kind of like one of our inside people?
It's unlikely that they would be... The humans don't really worship the Dark Goddess, because although they're classed as servants, they really don't have a choice in that. So most humans are against the goddess, but obviously have no power with which to overthrow them.
Kind of like doing lip service to the goddess.
Yeah. They would do their daily lives, and if priests walk past, they'd say, "Oh yes, glory to Orel," and they go along and keep their heads down, basically.
I'm going to try to take a signet or a symbol from the person, at least some kind of identifying mark, so that I have evidence later if we choose to go and tell them that we found the body.
Okay, you have a little rifle through the pockets to see what's in there, and there's a brooch. The brooch is made of copper, and it has a compartment that opens. And when you click it open, there's a bound-up piece of parchment in there. When you sort of unravel it, in common, it says "Property of the Dark Goddess and her servants."
Okay, cool. Great. I don't think... I'm assuming we're probably not going to go back and report finding this body. I think we're going to I'm going to pocket this and maybe be able to use it later for like a backstage pass or a disguise element. So cool. I think that it's a brooch of RL.
Yep.
Okay. Adding that to my sheet.
Awesome.
Thinking about our party's classes. Let me think. What is Sunroared? Oh yeah, no, I know what Sunroared is. So we don't have a cleric hanging out with us right now? We don't have a cleric. Okay.
Road is the closest thing we have to a clerik.
Because isn't he a warrior type?
Shaman.
Oh,
he's a shaman.
All right, well, I'll show the bear the when I get back over to the party, when I get out of this room, I'll plan to show Road the necklace brooch symbol of RL and see if he notices anything that I didn't notice about it. So it opens up and it has a message on the inside, but I would be looking for for example, I would ask somebody to detect magic on it, but I'm just gonna, since I know it's a temple item, I'm just gonna show it to the shaman and see if he can pick up any religious vibes off of it.
Okay, yeah, you can certainly do that.
Just make sure it's not like a cursed or like a tracker or something.
Yeah.
I don't know if he can determine that or not, but I'll put it in his paw and let him see it.
So yeah, he
I mean, can I physically even do that right now because of what's going on right here?
The acid's dissipating, it's sort of bubbling away, and it's breaking down the bodies that were previously mutated. So, and you're very dexterous, you could easily make it back over.
Okay, so I skip back over. Well, first I'm going to make sure that while I'm in here, I want to finish this room before I go back to the party. So I probably want to skip down to this wall and see if there's anything down here. 'Cause I feel like I might see a feature right there.
Yep, in the wall there's it looks like a gem. It's about the size of your head, and it appears to be emitting a light that's lighting the room up. You're not really sure what type of gem it is, though. It's kind of got an icy, bluey white colour to it.
That's creepy. I will, because of the ice goddess and stuff. So first thing I will do is just put out a little finger and just lightly touch the light to make sure I don't get frostbite, like sticking my tongue to a pole in the middle of a blizzard.
Okay, you press your finger against it, and you get like a little buzzy feeling. And you can feel, depending on how long your hair is, you can feel your hair starting to rise up and become static.
Okay, I have a little goatee, so I guess my goatee kind of stands out, and I got hair on top of my feet, so my feet hair stands up, because I'm Yellow Snow, the first chin halfling. And I will reach into my thiefy things and get out some gloves that I have to help protect my hands, and I'll try to pry that light gem out to see if it'll stay lit up and be a treasure that I can take with me, either for the value as a gem or more likely as some kind of like continual light stone. So I'm thinking of it as like a torch or a flashlight that I'm going to try to pull out of the wall, and I will check it for... No, I'm not going to check it for... I'm trying to think of how to pry it out. What kind of roll would work for prying it out?
You could, if you were going to try and pry it out like you would, you could use... Do you have a blade?
Yeah, of course, yeah. I have a dagger.
You could kind of jam your dagger into the ice around it and carve it out, if you wanted to take the time to carve it straight out. Or you could try and pull it out with your hands.
Yeah, I'll put both my halfling gloved thief gloves on my hands, and I'll put them both on the icy gem, and then I'll put one of my feet up against the wall and start pulling on the gem, and then as I'm pulling harder, I put my other foot back up on the wall too, and so now I'm just like leaning back against the gem and just pulling it as hard as I can with all my halfling poundage.
Okay, you plant yourself on there, you give it a good heave, like, and you can feel it start to give. You can feel the ice around it starting to snap and break, and it pops straight off, and crashes onto your chest a bit. It doesn't hurt that much. You fall backwards onto your back, and the room is lit in this kind of bluey white color from the gem.
I hold the gem and my dagger over my head, and I say, "By the power of Grayskull!" Then I'll look around and say, oh, just kidding, guys. And I shine the torch, flashlight, light stone towards the party. I kind of glint it in their direction, and I shine it around the room so that we can get a good look at the ceiling and the walls. I also look to see if there's any more of those, because I think there might be one more on the other side of the room.
There is. There's another one in the kind of northwesterly corner. The room's fairly plain. It looks as though bodies have been dragged here fairly often. It's obviously some place in which these people eat. And it's been repurposed. The walls have carvings along them depicting humanoids of quite large stature, very broad-chested, big arms. They appear to have animalistic-like faces, and they're all doing different things. One of them's fishing, another one's kind of looking up at the sun with his arms raised. There's some depicting villages in the snow and strange-looking boats in the frozen waters, and there's all of these kind of carvings on the walls.
Cool.
Oddly, there's no writing or runes.
I guess I want to try to interpret the scenes on the walls, even though it's not writing. Let's see if it's recognizable to me, or comprehensible. So is it like hieroglyphics at all? Or is it a mural, or you say there's depictions on the walls?
It looks to be a mural of some kind. There's no sort of regular characters that reoccur. It's like it's almost like an escape of life, like of what people were doing at the time.
How do you spell Ariel? Or RL or whatever.
I'll throw that in the chat.
Okay. And what? Let's see. I'm typing brooch of Auril, and what about the light? What can I call that? Continual light stone or ice stone? Ice light?
Yeah, icy light stone's fine.
Okay. Icy light I don't know what to make of the murals. But I will try to pry out the other lightstone before I go out of the room, so I can give a lightstone to the party.
Yep, you can do that. You can pry it out the same way as you did the other one.
Okay, I go up to that side of the room and do that. And then I just report back to the party about what all I found in here. I tell them that I found one recognizable person from the town that we know, and it was a servant of the Temple of Arl. And then I tell them that you notice how the room was lit up? Well, I took 2 of the lights out of the room. And I got one more question here. Do those monsters, the ones that eat the bodies, those creepy alien looking things, that ghoul looking things that eat the bodies, why is their eating room lit up? Do they need light? Can they see without light?
Well, what you noticed when you were fighting them, when the party was fighting, they had eyes. So you figure they must see through some form or other. You're not sure.
Okay. I skip past the acid, go back out, and tell the party what I found. A brooch, 2 continual light stones, and the body of a servant from the temple, mixed in with a bunch of other bodies. Kind of meant to search for secret doors while I was in there too, but I forgot. Do you think I missed anything, DM?
No, I think you probably... I don't know, depends.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. I didn't know if you were waiting.
You got a good... To be fair, you got a good look at the room. You did get a good look at the room. You used your light to look around and look at these murals of these things on the walls.
These things. Are you popping up at these things?
No, just like the murals that you like all
okay.
of these things
Sure.
on the walls, yeah.
Sure, okay. Road can cast detect magic, so you can cast that in the presence of all the things I brought out of the room. It's a brooch and 2 light stones.
So the Groll answers you. He sort of appears in his ghostly visage, and the rest of the party can actually see him. So next to Road, kind of partially in the wall, because Road's quite big, the spiritual form of another of his race appears, who looks very old. He looks quite wizened. He looks around him. He comments in common, basically. He says, "There's nothing magical about this. It is just one of those disgusting brooches that the keepers give to their pets. Like those ones," and he points a clawed finger at Sun. "When they own other living creatures, they like to mark them just in case they go running off. But there's no curse upon this or magical property."
So it is only a deceiver icon.
Yes, it is. It's like a collar on a dog.
Ah, yes, I understand. Thank you, Grawl. You may return to the happy hunting grounds.
Stay out of trouble. And he kind of looks into the wall.
It is part of my job.
Do any of the rest of us see Groll, or is this just a spirit in Road's mind? Road's mind?
No, you all saw that spiritual visage, and
May not
you see him kind of walk into the wall.
It's done in our own language, so unless you can understand...
no, he spoke in common.
Oh, did he? Oh, I didn't.
Yeah.
I spoke in normal language.
Oh, you spoke in your language, he spoke in common.
You understand half the question.
Cool.
You're able to summon the dead.
No, he is way more than dead.
Look,
Amongst my people,
what do you mean?
When a shaman dies, he gives his soul to the tribe, and I keep his soul so that I may use it to further gain my knowledge.
Ah, so he's like a false ghost.
No, he is definitely dead. It is. A ghost has such negative, inclinations. This is probably more accurately a
That's pretty good.
spirit.
Oh, Webkey. You've woken up from your trance.
She just
You know,
like,
she's
peers around like,
gonna. Jason's gonna kick himself because I was gonna put her on my back while he was AFK, but now that he's back, I don't need
damn
to.
it! No, she looks around like confused, as if she was stuck in a dream state. Maybe she saw what was going on, but still trying to rationalize it all. Spiritual world. Sorry, guys. I blame McDonald's.
I do too, to be fair. Da-da-da-da-da, I'm loving it.
Da-da-da-da-da. I'm late for it now.
But now I have my 20 racist nuggets, and
Well,
I'm good to go.
no, I'm afraid you have to share them with the rest of the party. That's unfair. You've turned up late with food. You should share.
Oh, if this was a tabletop D&D in front person, I would be obligated to share.
You would be obligated. Well, I reckon you should all order us all McDonald's from our local McDonald's and get it delivered. That's what I reckon.
Yeah.
Just because
So, Yaslana, you cast Pattern Weave. Tell us. All right. Can you throw me a link to it? I can't see it on my thing.
Purple Worm, Tome of Magic.
Ah.
Or if you have the Tome of Magic, it's in Chapter 2, the Wizard Spells. It's a first level.
There we go. I got it.
Because I don't know if it would do anything in this type of situation. I mean, we don't know what the mural means, but it's not... You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, this is cool. This works. It's a good spell. So you summon up your magic, you release it, and you kind of brace yourself. Nothing bad happens. Awesome. As you look around on these walls, where they were carved into the greenish, icy marble kind of walls, they all start to move. There's like a subtle movement to them at first, which like catches your eye, and then you're like, huh? And you lean forward.
My God.
Like, what is that? And then it all just starts to move.
I walked in, and as soon as he said mural, the first thought that went through my head was living wall. I was just like right before he started to say it moved.
So as you look at these murals on the walls, you can see they become more distinct. The colors begin to flow into them. You can see that they are the same species as Road, so these great bears, and they're all doing different things. One of them has carved a great circle in the ice and is spearfishing through it. Another one he's kind of kneeling in this great frozen waste, and above him is a pale sun, and he's reaching up towards the sun. Around him there are bones of small animals, of fish, of a few humanoids that he's put around, and he's doing some kind of ritual to contact something. He reaches up to the sun, and around him other bears appear, ghostly bears, and you can see him conversing with them, but there's obviously no sound. As your eyes scroll across the walls, you come to another wall, and upon that wall there are thousands of these bears, thousands of them, all of them dressed in full armor, weaponry. They look fearsome and terrifying as they're all just lined up upon the great white plains. To the other side of them, as you glance into one of the darker corners, you can see that there are many, many elves, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of elves. They're also equally kitted out, some of them in frontline armor, some of them are archers. You can see there are mages of some kind there, priests of other kinds, and standing amongst them is a female. She's about 3 times as tall as your average elf. Her hair appears to be made of ice itself, yet it moves at the same time. The way the light catches it, you can see that water seems to flow within the tresses of her. And as you sort of glance at her, you realize that you can't take your eyes away from her. She kind of points towards all of these bears, and from her finger, a lance of bright light flashes out that makes you squint a little bit, and you can see great icicles and boulders of snow slamming into these bears as they're thrown left and right. And the two armies charge each other, and as they clash in the center, the mural kind of goes solid again and starts to become indistinct. But you're left with this horrifying visage of this giant woman with ice hair and a terrifying look in her eyes.
Webkey just keeps staring at the picture.
So the
Islana, what do you see?
impression that I get from that is it's the story of the elves and Oriel's arrival here and their decimation of the Ursus.
Yep, that's a fair assumption. The Ursus were not winning that fight.
Islana, what do you see?
Just what I just said. That's the gathering that he got from that.
Ah, Aro, the cheap hag. What a cunt.
Doesn't seem to be any really useful information, but still. That's a cool spell. I like that.
Lex, you gonna answer my question?
Yep, I did.
I don't see no reply.
You didn't see any of that. You'll only get what
No,
your
but he
wild
said
mate
that he
says.
was reading it out as you explained it to him. So he was reading the story out.
Yeah.
So I asked, is it a story that I would know from my people?
It's depends how he describes it. If he describes it as wrote, as I said it, it could be one of many battles in which your people fought and lost. The only one that you know that was passed down in your history, which directly has the goddess herself walk amongst them, is when she tried to exterminate your race wholesale. It was the last great encounter your race had as a gathering of people in one place. After that, you all split off into tribes and you all went into the deep cold.
Okay.
What's the deep cold? If my halfling knows.
It's a place in the Arctic Circle where only the most hardy people have ever gone and come back. Most people avoid it. The elves never go there for any reason. Some of the other species that are native to the land might go there, but it's almost intolerable. The cold there is awful. It's almost forever dark. It's frozen. It's almost impossible to live there.
So I'm aware of this too, right? Like this is the history of like her like actually coming to the world, perhaps.
If you'd ever asked, like, what's the deal with these elves, or you're interested in history, it's not a hidden history. It's one the elves would boast about how they came and conquered.
Cool. Without the role playing, I'm all about finding that out right now. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I would have asked somebody or them, been like, is this, get the 5-0 on the whole situation.
Yes, of course. It's all true. It's all true, but she's such a cunt. I mean, the way she did it. She didn't have to kill all of them. I mean, the bears are... They're people, like Road here. I mean... just what a supreme, irritating cunt she is. I fucking hate her.
She leans forward to go touch the mural a little bit. Like, we see the mural, right?
Yeah, it's just in the room. You run your fingers across it, and it's the stone is obviously freezing cold, but it doesn't do anything weird. It's just stone.
And as she touches it, she says, "She's done this before. On my world." She puts her hand forward, as if she sees her and she recognizes her from something else, her past. "She's done this before. I remember. And she just fixated on the image of this goddess.
Yep, you certainly recognize the sight of her.
And then she's scribbled over by chalk.
Did somebody scribble on the mural?
Yes, Lana made sure to scribble out any picture that represented her.
Awesome. Cool, Yolanda.
You shouldn't do that, she says. Any sign of disrespect for a god, she says, might be seen by the god. She may know that we're here.
Well, she outlawed magic, and if she sees anything that goes against her teachings, then she knows we're here.
I say, Yizlana, good job with the chalk graffiti. Have you ever heard of a magic item called spray paint?
No, but it's something I might have to do some research into.
Yes, when I was a wee halfling, I knew about this spray paint and once had access to it, but I used up all of the charges writing my name on walls.
I did learn this amazing spell called color spray, but I don't think it's quite the same concept.
Color spray in a jar would be perfect if you could invent that item.
Oh, ha 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 ha! I get it.
Even evil gods have to be respected. She walks on down the hallway.
Okay, you walk on down the hallway. It's fairly long. It's has a slight incline to it. It's not steep. It's just you notice it's slightly inclined.
Have we not? We haven't been this way yet?
Nope.
Okay.
Stop road. Thank you. Okay, so good. Road. As you're walking, and you smell as well, which is fortuitous. As you're walking, you stop to sniff the air, and you can feel one of the plates in the floor starts to drop again, like it did last time. So obviously you can make a choice. You could try and do a dex check in case something bad's going to happen. But as you sniff, you get the feeling you're not alone. There's like the smell of a person here. So you can either stand there, you could do a dex check, try and move out of the way of whatever's about to happen.
I'm going to brace with my shield and drop my spear, ready to attack whatever comes towards me.
Okay.
I would never make a dex check, so I'm just not even going to try.
You're just like, I'm going to do this.
Yeah, I've got 8 dex. I'm not built for. I'm not.
That's almost a 50-50 chance. That's a 40% chance.
Almost. Yeah, it's like a 40% chance.
Yeah,
that's all right. You're going to man mode it. That's what you're going to do. Man mode
it. That's how Rad would deal with every problem if he could.
So as you sniffed, because you did the sniff check at the same time, which was smart, as your foot goes down, there's a click, and you're like, there's a smell. It's almost like it's coming from above, and you look up, and you can see there's a cage above you that starts to drop.
Mm-hmm.
So what you can do is the cage is built for humanoids, so it wouldn't fit you entirely. So you could either let it sort of clatter onto you, or you could catch it if you wanted to. And to catch it, all you'd have to do is roll under your strength. That'll be it.
Oh, really? Okay, I'll try and catch it with my shield. I'll try and catch it on my shield.
And it's just him, right? It's not me, right?
No, other things will happen, but this will happen first.
Damn it, shouldn't have asked.
Oh, fuck, I failed.
Oh, okay.
By 1 point. By 1 point.
Oh, that sucks.
I've got 19 strength.
You go to kind of like bash it off with your shield, but it's frozen and slippery, so it does slide down onto you, this cage, like bonk, and like bangs you on the head, which you're like, ugh. But lucky you had your shield brace, so you don't take any damage. The cage, because it's built for humanoids, only really drops down to your waist, so you're not really in a cage per se. You're not like caged, but it's like over you. Yaslana, could you give me a dex check, please?
Pass.
Right, you can choose to, because you notice that as that cage is falling, you kind of get that feeling a cage, another one's going to fall. So you're like, oh, there's one better move. You can either move north or south of the cage. You can choose which side. Cool. So that one crashes to the floor with a clatter. Let me put them on the right layer so that they don't interfere too much. There we go.
Curious question. Would the enlarged spell have worn off by now? I'm assuming it would have done.
Yeah. So as the last cage drops, a figure who was... He must have been shuffling along the ceiling, or maybe he was an alcove in the ceiling. It's quite dark, you're not really sure. He drops down amongst you. He's one of Sun's kind. He appears to have 2 blades in his hands. He's got a shadowy hood. He's wearing light armor. He does have a crossbow on his hip. He kind of lands in the middle of you guys and looks around. He says in common, "You will not interrupt what must be done here." And he decides to go for... He's going to go for the human. There we go.
See, that's what he gets for messing with the mural. The guy just dropped an elf right on top of us.
Yep.
Airdrop elf. So he's going to try and hit Islana. Ooh. Natural 20 beats your armor. You're kind of, because you've just kind of dived forward to miss a cage, you almost bump into this elf as he drops. And the elf gets one of his blades and kind of drags it across your chest. And you feel it cut you, and you're like, oh, that hurts. And then you start to feel a bit sick. Give me a roll on your constitution.
I swear you've rigged this rolling system, Lex.
Hacks in it, bruv.
Yeah, fuck his poison.
Hacks, bruv. Hacking.
Hacking. Yeah, you shrug it off. You're just like, oh, what the fuck? And then it's your go.
I don't like that he hit me, because now I can't put him to sleep.
Disrupted from casting a spell.
Yup. Okay, you attempt to poke at him, and you just miss him. You feel like if it had been a little bit more, you might have got him. Yellow.
So, did pits open up in the floor, or cages fall down from the ceiling?
Cages fell from the ceiling.
Oh, God. I see 2 of them on the map. Is that what I see so far?
Yes.
I will shine one of my continual light stones along the ceiling backwards and forwards and try to locate any more traps that might fall.
Okay, you wave your light spell across the ceiling to have a look. You can see it was almost like a pulley system that was connected to the floor. It had a forward and backwards cage. It was obviously designed to try and trap like a person or maybe a few people in an area. You figure there's probably not another trap in the same place.
All right. Yeah, that's my round. That's a thief thing, so I just did basically a search for traps.
Okay, cool. So you have you're half covered by this metal cage, Road.
That looks cool, Gargamon with the black background that you've chosen. That looks great with your kind of anime style portrait.
Yeah, it suits the art. Bearman.
How badly am I restricted by the cage over me? Does it stop my weapons from being usable, or what?
No, you could just throw it off you because your strength is far more than the cage's.
Yeah, but I'm curious. Does it stop me from fighting?
If you wanted to fight with the cage on you, you'd get like a penalty to your rolls, definitely. Yeah, it wouldn't be comfortable at all.
But it protects him, though, right? It would protect him more.
Yeah, there'd be a difficulty to hit him as well. It'd be like a bizarre fighting style.
I am now a technical bear cage fighter. No, I'll just throw it off and charge towards him. So however that takes. I don't know if I can attack or not, but I'll throw it off and charge towards the assassin elf.
Yeah, your strength is far more than the weight of the cage. You can throw it off easily.
Obviously being very careful about Webb. Don't want to run her over or anything.
She's small. She can.
Do I get to attack or?
Yes, he's well within range.
Not going to say anything. I'm just going to try and hit him with my spear.
God damn, that damage. While he's busy with the mage, you run up behind him with your spear, and you jab him right in the back. You feel your spear puncture through his leather armor, through his skin, probably through his spine, and he kind of quivers, drops his two blades, and goes limp on the end, being stuck on the end of your spear.
Alive.
He's kind of starts to wilt on the end of it, like he's dying.
I'm going to lean in as close as I can as he expires and go, I think we will be interrupting whatever is going on down there.
He says, go to hell.
Already there, little man.
Very bastard. And then he expires on your spear.
Shake him off, I guess.
You have to kind of plant your foot on him, and you sort of pull your spear out.
Yeah.
Ha 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 ha! That's what you get, cunt.
Nudge him with my foot to make sure he's dead.
Yeah, he's all floppy.
They don't make them as tough as they used to.
You see what you've done, Yaslana? She says.
Who was that? Yellow Snow asks.
I do not know, but whoever he was, he is not anymore.
Surely an emissary of the goddess for showing disrespect.
Some accursed follower of Auril.
Was I able to tell Lex if the elf person jumped down with the cages, or where'd they come from?
You kind of look up with your glow globe, and you can see there's the two recesses in the ceiling that have been carved out for cages, and above it is like a little recess in the wall that he could have been stooped in. You figure it's not the kind of place someone would live in or be stationed in for very long, but it's the kind of place that like a secretive sentry might stay while on some kind of duty.
All right.
It doesn't look like a tunnel or anything like that, does it?
No, it's literally just been quite roughly carved into the side.
Well, I'm gonna go find out for sure. So I want to use a thiefy climb walls and scale the wall and look for any treasures in his hidden alcove. Also, by the way, guys, a huge storm is blowing in here right now. It got really dark outside and the rain just now started. So
don't get hurricaned, man.
It's the trees are blowing like all different directions now. They're not leaning one way; they're like swirling. So I climbed the wall successfully.
Good. Okay, you scramble up the wall.
I search his alcove both for treasures, clues, and then I'll do a d6 to search it for secret doors.
All right.
Do be careful up there, Snow.
I hang precariously off the wall, and you see my flashlight beam shining around all different directions, and so
Don't fall.
at some points I sort of like put the flashlight thing in my front shirt pocket or something because I'm using both hands to climb.
So you have a look into the alcove, and you can see there's some rations in there that he had been eating. There's what look like a bedroll, but it's much smaller. It looks like it would only cover you up to about your waist, probably to keep his legs warm while he was leaning against the cold rock.
Even little old me, huh? Okay.
Yeah, it's very small indeed. You can see up there is looks like a hand crossbow, and there's like 5 bolts for it.
Ooh. While casually munching on some of the elf's... Was it an elf? It looked like an elf in the picture.
Yeah, it looked like an elf.
While casually munching on the ice elf's food, I gather up the hand crossbow and the 5 bolts. I bet I could probably wield those myself.
Mm-hmm. You reckon so?
That sounds pretty cool.
To be fair, Gold, it's probably about the size of a trebuchet to you, so you might be careful.
Yeah,
you are quite small, remember?
Yeah, I use 2 hands on it. So I look out from the angle where I'm on and look and just see, how good of a... Like, I assume I could look down. I'm not trying to ambush the party, but the other dude could have ambushed people from up here. Like, it's a shooting position.
Yeah. He would have seen you as you came around the corner. You could see as far as that, if you can see that far in darkness. So it would have given him a very good vantage point with which to jump down.
I do one other thing. I take note of the sort of like the architecture here and how they set that up, so as to hopefully give myself a bonus on any future find traps checks, looking for these alcoves and those cages as we walk further down the hall. And I kind of look. Did you say we're inclining upward or downward?
Slightly downward.
South is downward. Yeah. Okay. As I look deeper down into the dungeon or hallway, I just look as far as my light will stretch along the walls to see if there's another elf lying in wait for us.
Okay, you have a good look.
That's useful.
And you see that there's no other sort of jump points. There's no other alcoves of which someone could jump out at you. And you don't see any more sort of pulleyed systems for the same
to be fair, though, let's face it, he's just watched his mate get one shot in the back. He's probably not jumping down anytime soon, if there is.
Right. So from where I am, I will either just climb down the wall like normal, or if I can access one of the pulley ropes, I will reach out and grab onto the pulley rope and then slide down it like a fireman.
Yeah, you can totally swashbuckle your way down that.
Lex, next time that happens, you see an elf casually whistling and walking away.
The next one, yeah.
As he comes down on the rope, Webkey looks to Road and says, as he's putting the heart in his sack, "Is that a snack for later?"
Yeah, gets a real disgusted look on his face. And I would never eat the seabird. It is unhealthy for you. No, I will be drying this out and using it in some form of ritual later. It is very hard to get elf hearts where I am from.
The heart of your enemies. This is a delicacy for warriors.
No, just elf. Just has to be an elf.
I thought you would eat it. She looks aside like kind of a little bit disappointed in you.
I may look like an animal, but I am most definitely not an animal. This girl approved of me not eating the elf's body.
You'd have to summon him and ask him, I guess. Doesn't appear to be generally around you.
She looks to the side and she says, "But heart tastes good." She kind of like walks off.
Yes, heart does taste good, but not when it's elf heart. Elf heart is full of evil.
She squats in the corridor and waits for everybody else to move forward. Do these cages, do they have like doors on them?
No.
Okay.
They're just like have no bottoms to them.
Okay.
You're small enough to where you could kind of shimmy your way past them. Road could probably just lift it up over his head and just drop it behind him.
Okay. Has it gotten colder in here as we've progressed further into the dungeon?
No, the temperatures remain quite steady.
You know the
it's
cage,
chilly,
Rex?
but not freezing. Yeah.
You know the cage. Is there any chance I could jam it back up the hole it fell out of and catch it on a hook or something?
You could
Reset it.
You could reset it with the help of the thief, certainly.
Yeah, how about I'll climb on top of the cage, Road, and you pull the pulley system so it lifts the cage back up there, and then when I get up there, I'll use my thief set trap skill to
Yeah, I
reset
can do that. I can do that.
I'm sure he doesn't probably need a roll to lift up the cage, but here's my roll for resetting the trap. That's a 5 on a D100, so a very good roll.
Right. I'm rolling anyway because if I get a 20, it might screw it up. So.
Okay. Yeah, good call. I might come crashing to the ground, but it looks like the bear man uses his strength and lifts me up, and I reset the cage trap.
Okay, you reset the trap resets.
I'm going to avoid stepping on anything and continue down the corridor.
I think I'm just going to take over for that ice elf, and I'll just stay in that alcove, and that'll be my career. We took him out. I got his job now.
Oh, Yellow Snow! Look, I've searched the elf's boots and belt line, and I found 2 short blades with some kind of coating on them, and 5 gold pieces and some rope.
Ooh, awesome! I'm very interested in the 5 gold pieces, and the other stuff sounds kind of cool too. Thanks. As I chink the 5 gold pieces into my pocket. No, I'm kind of kidding. You found 5 GP, and good for you. And the 2
Is this coating some kind of
dagger.
poison?
Yeah, I'll examine it and see. I don't think I have. I would just have, real low level thief knowledge of poison. I haven't gotten to any level where I can use poison yet or anything.
Okay.
I haven't squared away all my NWPs either. Let's see. I'm going to take a look at... No, so far I don't have herbalism or anything relevant. So just thief knowledge. So I look to see if I can identify the goopy liquid on my blades.
I have herbalism.
So you have a look at it. You see that it's definitely contact poison for use in wounds, but obviously you can't work out exactly what it does.
What sort of blades are they? Are they daggers or short swords?
Short swords.
Does anybody here want the two poison short swords? Because I will give them a try if no one does. Hearing no one, I don't think most people in our party use short swords, so I will take the 2 short swords if the elf wants to give them to me. What's her name? She's a Purane elf. Her name is like Sunlord or something. How do I say that? Sunlord. Sunlord, will you give me the 2 blades?
Sure, yes. And of course, we can equally share the gold. There are 5 of us and 5 gold coins.
That's a decent roll. So, Son, you kind of examine the contact poison carefully, and you get the smell of... You can smell passion flowers, poppies, ashwagandha, magnolia. There's a touch of lavender about it too. You're like, these are all used in remedies for people who have insomnia.
I think it might be a sleep poison, guys.
Oh, so that's why it didn't work on me, because sleep's my favorite spell.
This stuff here is a painkiller, and that's that's a medicine for insomnia. And then, I believe this is a sleep poison here.
A medicine for insomnia means it puts you out, and that's what a sleep poison is also. Okay.
And then I believe the painkiller masks the feeling of the dart pricking you or the sword. So you go to sleep.
Okay. So all that's mixed in with the 1 poison. So when the victim takes the hit, all of that. They don't feel the prick and they fall asleep.
Yeah. So as you guys approach this door, this door's different from the doors you've seen previously. It's not wood. It's of the same construction of the walls. Let's see if I can pop it up for you. That's what it looks like. It has strange carvings on it that glow ever so slightly. The central carving glows more so than the rest. And it's barring your way. It's made of the same greenish material of the walls.
Can I detect magic on it?
Yep.
I will do that.
Go on.
Okay, you detect magic on it, and you find that it has a... If magic had a flavor, it'd be divination, but it's sealed. It's got a sealed. It's definitely these markings on there are designed to keep the door locked. I'll make it.
Okay, all right, that's fine. That's fine, Sunroared. I'll take the 1 GP for myself then. But I wouldn't have complained if you just wrote down 5 GP, because that's such a small amount. Okay, got 1 gold piece. You found out, our owl lady Webkey found out that it is a magical seal on the door. And I guess as a thief, I just instinctively try to read it with my read languages skill, but I only have a tiny % chance on that. So I just look real quick and say, that's I don't know what that writing says. So we found out it's a
magical seal. She says it locks the door.
Uh-huh. Well, I can usually open locks.
No. She puts her hands out and she kind of does this cracking of her knuckles. I got this.
Oh, okay. I'll back up a few steps.
She waves her hand in front of the door like a nanu type of motion.
Yep.
And
nanu like Mork and Mindy.
Exactly. Nanu.
My God.
And
I love Robin
she casts knock. Open sesame.
So the you feel your magic take, and the runes start at the northernmost rune, and they tick clockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the 6th rune, which lights up and looks suspiciously like the middle one. The 2 light together, and you feel the lock on the door give.
Okay, thief, you can open the door now.
All right, I step up beside the I think equal stature owl lady, and put my back up against the door and start pushing through on it.
Step back.
You heave the door. It's quite heavy. It's made of heavy material. You start to push it open, and your thiefy ears prickle. You can hear there's some kind of conversation happening in the room beyond as the door kind of cracks open a little bit.
Ooh, wow. Yeah, I could have played that more precautiously, doing a detect noise there, but I just heard Webkey say, okay, it's I've got it open for you, so I'm like, okay, here we go. So I start pushing it open. I start to hear a noise just as I'm cracking open the door, I guess, and I stop in my footsteps and give the the cross out sign, it's a umpires do it in baseball, but I'm crossing out in the air, whoa, we weren't supposed to open this up yet. And I kind of have my face and arms towards the party because I'm kind of opening the door with my back a little bit. So I guess I just sort of peek one eye through the crack that I've opened, and what do I see? I'm scrolling on the map to see what I see. Whoa, it looks like a bunch of stuff's going on in there. So gosh, I think, unless Road pushes past me or something, I think the whole party stops for just a couple of seconds, and we wait with bated breath to see whether or not we've been noticed for opening the door just a crack.
So you open the door a crack, and you kind of listen, Whoever's in there hasn't noticed you. You can hear kind of like conversation, someone saying something to someone else. And you can like peer through and round the door. Inside the room, which is very large, it's very high, the ceiling. You absolutely can't see to the top of the ceiling at all. It's just blanketed in darkness. There are other icy globes around the room that are giving off a kind of icy blue light into the room. And you can hear somebody speaking rhythmically in a language that you don't understand. It sounds a bit like it has very snappy sort of T's and V's to it, like a primarily kind of sound. And you can hear chains rattling, and you can hear someone struggling.
Oh man.
Klingons.
Okay, I am ready.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. What are you ready for, Road? What are we gonna do here? Oh, you just bust up in there. Okay. I'm not super surprised about that. Okay, so I see the token go in the room on Roll20, and that means that he's going to tell us what he does.
I basically, after about a few minutes of waiting, I'm not really one for waiting. I have no patience. I basically shove through the door yelling, "Fair delivery, no returns or refunds accepted. We are looking for a man whose hair is silver. Have you seen him?"
The the conversation stops, and as you look into the room, you can see that there's an altar. Upon the altar are two corpses, which look as though they've been ritualistically hacked to pieces. Bits of them have been removed. There's blood on the altar. On the center of an altar is a fellow. He's chained to it. He's struggling against it, and he's got his eyes shut, like he's expecting like the death blow to fall on him. Beyond the altar, you can see that there is an elf. She's dressed in what looks like priestess garb. She looks quite young, and she's a standard elfy looking person. Really, there's not really that much notable about her, other than the fact that her hands are they're red up to the elbows. So she's obviously been messing in whatever's been going on in this altar. More worryingly, standing next to her is a creature almost your height. It has long, shaggy hair. Across its forearms, there are bony spurs. It has like a wolf-like face, and it slathers a kind of a constant salival drip. It has great talons, and its red eyes immediately flick towards you, and it makes a snarling noise. Beyond it, you can see there are very small creatures. They look like dogs. They have no hair. You can see their bones, their backbone, and their ribs protruding through their skin. They have most of their teeth are broken. They're about the size of a small dog. They look fairly weak, and they all just their ears prickle, and all their little eyes look towards you.
We all see this?
Okay.
Yeah.
I cast magic missile on the priestess. That's what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna stay in the corridor.
I figured we would get some form of initiative first, wouldn't we? Or do we get a surprise action?
I think kicking the door open in the middle of a ritual would give you all a surprise attack, or a surprise round to do one thing.
Right, okay.
And then I'll throw initiative up.
Sweet.
All right.
I cast magic missile on that biatchki.
Okay.
Okay, let's see what I got. 2d4 plus 2. Oh, it is. Okay. Take 7, biatch.
Nice. Your missiles curve into the room. They miss everyone in your party in that wonderful homing missile way that they do. They fly towards the altar, go up, down, round the altar. This was at the priestess?
Yes, for sure.
And all 7, bam, bam, bam. They hit her dead center on her chest. She yelps like "ah!" and she's thrown backwards against the wall. You see her getting thrown into the darkness.
So I'm gonna try to stay behind people, and I'm gonna try to stay out of view in the tunnel. And if I do have to go in the room, I'm just assumed I'm gonna be standing probably behind Road or something. Anybody who's big, I don't want to be seen. I'm just gonna magic missile this whole fight, dude, until that chick goes down.
I think she's gone down.
I hope so.
Well, she went
Right,
south.
who's next?
For the winter.
Are we calling our own order of actions?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so,
everyone gets
so that's
reaction
Webb's
stuff.
go.
I'll go
That's
last,
Sammy, so we'll do one thing.
Okay, I'm going to hide in shadows and move into the room.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably not as hidden. I'm not as hidden. I'm not as hidden as I think I am, though.
What happened to the corpses, Lex?
I took them out of there so they weren't tokens,
Right.
so when I do the
Okay.
init, it doesn't
All right.
grab everyone.
Right, okay.
They are
Because
still
I have
on
a
the
plan
desk.
for my attack, if that's okay.
Yeah.
That chick doesn't know what hit her. One minute they're torturing Jesus, the next minute they're getting lit up.
Is that Jesus? Right, well, who's next? Webb?
Yeah, I went.
What did you do, Webb?
I cast a magic missile on the.
Alright, son, you going next?
I was wondering where the body went, Lex. So you're sorting
I don't-
the to front, aren't you? Good.
I don't see the
Better.
turn order.
Thank you.
I'm making
There's
sure.
We're
no
not
turn
going
order,
with
we're all
one right
getting
now.
the
It's a
reaction.
surprise round, so everybody's just jumping in.
Oh.
One thing.
Okay. I'm going to enlarge road.
Good plan.
Awesome. Make my monster grow.
I'm trying to hide in shadows, so I look
Giggity.
around the room with my continual light stone, looking for any shadows, and I'm like, wait, there was a shadow. Where's the shadows?
So that's everyone but Road and Yaslana.
Alright, yes, Lana, what are you planning on doing, bud? Nothing?
I
Alright,
mean-
great, let's move on.
Yeah, Paul got a phone call a little while ago. Might still be on
alright,
the phone call.
okay.
Yeah,
what's the thing
we'll
for
say he's
Yaslana?
climbing over a cage.
Yeah, okay.
I'm going to run across the room as far as I can. I'm sure I can make it. And then leap onto the altar and stand astride the guy on the stone, or in front of the guy on the stone.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to open my bear-like jaws, and I'm going to roar as loud as I can in defiance of that fucking creature.
Okay,
Big
cool.
one. Like, roar! Come on!
Awesomeness.
Only I can't roar like a bear, so you'll have to just imagine that yourselves.
You do a pretty good job. You could barely notice, dude.
Yeah, I don't think he noticed me at all.
Aha, now we have initiatives.
Yeah, we do.
All right, here we go.
I am going to... I need to scroll my map so I can see what I'm doing better, but basically my plan is to... I don't know if I'm hidden in shadows or not, and so I'm going to continue that action by trying to move silently and sneak around the room at max movement rate so that I can get set up to backstab somebody if needed.
Mm-hmm.
So who are... I see the two people on the table. Are those victims? Are they alive at all?
No,
Yeah, I
they're
saw
not
them
alive.
pop up. Not alive whatsoever. So no saving anybody here. So, and what about these minions back here? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. What type are they? And then
Well, there is one guy who's alive, but he's chained to the altar.
Yeah, and ping which guy on the map that is. I know which guy it was in the pop up. The Jesus character.
Right now,
Rogue is
he's-
standing
I'm
over him.
underneath him.
Okay.
I'm over his image. I'm
I'm not
protecting
gonna
him.
mess with that guy. And this lady, she it looks like she already died because she got X'd out. So I guess these guys and this guy, these little guys, right? That's what I'm gonna see if I can sneak up on one of those. That's what I'm gonna try to do. So I'm gonna measure out my movement here. If I was real smooth, I'd do it that way that Jason always does it. I'll try. Let's see. So I got my token selected.
It's cooler than me.
So I can go like, oh god, I can only go 30 feet and do an attack, or I'm just going to move 60 feet. I'm going to move silently and move 60 feet. So here's my roll. And I'm probably not silent either. My percentages are lower than that, so I'm just going to move 60 feet.
All right, cool.
2 over here. Yep, I moved to the back corner of the room so I can try to backstab somebody.
Backstabber.
But they know I'm there because I'm not hidden nor quiet about it. Alright, that's my turn. Want me to EOT? I'll do it.
Please.
Looks like it's Jesus.
The guy on the table looks up at this bear that's standing over him. He's like, I don't know who you are, but whoever you are, please release me from these chains before I'm butchered.
Wow.
And with that, starving dog, Road roared. So this one moves up and attempts to bite at Road. With a miss. Oh, this one screws up. So one of them comes to run up and bite you, Road. The other one runs up, and as it does, it skids on a little bit of the slippery flooring, and it goes, and it careers sideways and slams sideways into the side of the altar, giving you an attack of opportunity. You're using your spear?
Yeah, one-handed spear. I just literally thrust down at it because it slid up next to me.
Yeah, you skew it like a little piglet. Its hide isn't very strong. You just go straight through it.
I'll shake it off my point because I don't want to have a half a dog hanging from my point for the rest of the battle.
Looks like Vibka's turn.
Cast magic missile on the
Webkey's turn. Sorry. Those names are so similar. Okay, Webkey's
But they're
turn.
not. But they're still not. One's Vipka and Webkey. Like a what's it called? Like a internet web key. I cast magic missile on the big guy because I don't want it to hurt Road.
Okay.
I love you too, Webkey.
Strategic.
It's only because you want to say, "Look, I saved your life. I can write you now."
No, nobody will ever notice my magic missiles and appreciate them for what they actually are.
You know what, Jason?
Yeah,
I think I'm the only person. I'm the only one here that's in the other game with you where you currently have a Vibka. AFIK. I mean, Tyler's game.
Well, Lex is so much more nice. He's got one spellcaster in the background, and I'm like, that guy needs to go down because that's literally probably the only type of guy that takes down our tanks. Because those little spellcasters, they can be deadly. So she's gone, and I cast 8
She looks
damage
gone.
on
Yeah,
the
I think
guy.
you got her mostly with your first magic missile on her. I think.
Yeah, she's unconscious. She's not doing anything.
Oh, okay. Good
Sweet.
point. Okay,
And
so
I did.
Okay.
I did good enough to knock her unconscious, so we can question her afterward, and Road can get another heart. So,
Okay.
yeah, okay, 8 damage. That's what I did.
Yep, your bolts strike true on this fierce-looking creature.
As if they could ever not strike true.
You don't think she's gonna regenerate? I mean, you don't think I should go try and extra kill her, Jason?
No, don't kill her, dude.
Okay.
If she
No,
went down
don't
one
kill her
spell-
because I have a plan for that woman once
Okay.
we're done.
All right. I'll work on the dog things then when it gets back to me.
Oh, so it's my turn. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. My bad. What's the rules for casting recasting spells under close combat? Anyone?
So, it could be considered to be different for a priest or a shaman, versus a magic user. For the rules on a magic user is if you got hit, then your next action has to be a non-spell because you're disrupted for one round, whether it's the same round or the next round. Just your soonest upcoming.
Well, I haven't actually been hit, so I'm good.
Whether that rule applies to a battle shaman, though, that rule might not even apply to you. I don't know.
I'm still basically a divine spellcaster.
Yeah.
I tend to deal with spirits rather than gods.
Yeah, you can still cast. There's it's only.
What I'm going to do then is I am going to reach over to the man who's currently strapped to a rock, and I am going to be muttering in the bear language, which is basically grumbles and growls and minor roars, and I'm going to cast Sanctuary on him.
Cool.
And then I'm going to tap him on the cheek just lightly with my claw, my bear claw. Go chick and cast it as it touches, and then I'm going to turn to face the big beast because I ain't scared of it.
Yeah.
Wow. So you so you basically put that guy on ice, kind of like Han Solo, to check him out later.
Well, our job is to rescue him.
Oh, that guy's the guy we're looking for?
Rescue him. So
if he dies
while we rescue him, we fail. I'm assuming
they were trying to trick us or bait us with that guy. Okay, that's the actual guy we were questing for. Gotcha.
I'm assuming it's not a trick. If it is, I'll kill him myself.
They set up an elaborate cosplay with this dude. That's I get to be the guy hanging on the chain.
See, this isn't the dungeon goal. This is Comic-Con.
All right.
Okay, you cast Sanctuary upon him, which I'm sure he's appreciative in his absolute terror of what's happening.
I'm sure he wouldn't even know what was going on, to be fair.
This dog here, let's roll
stop everyone trying to attack him and go for me instead.
Okay, interesting. This dog, comes bounding over to Yellow, which you're quite surprised that it can see you. You are a master of stealth, after all, and attempts to bite you. And is pathetic.
I don't even know my AC, but it's bad.
Right, so you roll more 20s while you're in combat, not just...
Yeah.
Yeah, 4's not going to hit you.
Yeah.
So this dog is going to also come in.
Oh, I got to fix my hip.
He's a little man who might be tasty. Ooh, does 14 hit your AC?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
I went to a different window. So my AC is going to involve... I gotta say that I really don't think that I have it properly calculated out here. But I've got on hide, which would give me 12, and then my dex gives me 3 more, so that'd be 15. So I think my AC might be 15.
Okay, that's fine. It doesn't manage to bite you.
Yeah, I've got a dex of 17, which gives me 3 points of AC.
Yeah.
How much would hide armor give me? Would that be 1 point or 2 points of AC? Because that's right on the edge. Is Gargamon here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's anyone think?
Yeah, I'm here.
What do you think about hide armor AC? Would that be a 9 or an 8? I mean, an 11.
Hide armor is almost as good as chainmail. It's
what?
Yeah, it gives you 4 AC points, so you'd be AC 14.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, then I'm AC 14, 15, 16, 17. I'm AC 17. Because I've got good dex also.
Awesome.
But does hide have any negatives for wearing it?
Well, it probably is gonna. That's probably gonna severely negative my thief abilities.
Thief skills, yeah, it's heavy.
All right. Well, I got to do all that math and stuff. So I've been winging it on all that. So I'm figuring it all out now. I'm gonna put that.
That's all right. No problem. I'll count it as a miss. It was a fairly low roll.
Seems like my AC is good, but my thief skills are worse than I may have thought. That's probably going to be the end result of this. But my hit points, looks like I haven't rolled my hit points either, so I'm trying to update my character sheet for real now. Before I get killed by this dog.
It's alright, dude, I got your back.
Yazan's still on the phone. We'll say that he's having one of his weird moments. This dog, let me put this one in the GM now so it's out of the way. Good. This one will come over to Road and attempt to bite him on the altar. Oh, God, no. This one comes bounding over, and as it's kind of like bounding, it crashes into the corpse of its fellow, rolls, slams against the side of the altar, and looks a little bit dazed. And you can have an attack of opportunity upon this one.
Oh, I missed that one.
Yep, you do indeed. You're kind of surprised by the ineptitude of this rolling, scraggy-looking
Yeah, I'm
animal.
probably too busy laughing at it because it's quite entertaining.
Suns go.
Okay.
I'm going to cast a sleep spell in the black area, and it will affect from lowest to highest hit dice. 6 hit dice worth of creatures. There's no saving throw, but of course there's magic resistance.
Oh, Paul's got to go. Hey, we'll see you at the next game, Paul. That's okay, man. We'll cover for you. We'll keep you on the background.
Woohoo!
See you later,
Well,
Yaslana.
Bye, Paul.
Okay, so this one here falls asleep. This one here falls asleep. So the two that are next to yellow, they both their eyes roll up into their heads, and max level at level 2. Their eyes roll up to their heads and they crash to the ground. And one of the ones next to you, Road, crashes to the ground as well. Okay. This chap is not impressed, ruining his ritual. The werewolf strides over, jumps up onto the altar with you, Road, and attempts to tear your head off.
You can attempt all you like.
15, 16. Oh, he misses his attacks.
Yep.
He's trying to
Wow,
claw
how
at
many did he
you,
roll?
snap at you. Claw,
Man,
bite.
he rolled claw bite. Yeah, okay.
We have yellow snow at the top of the round.
Yellow Snow's over there counting his fingers and his toes. He's like, okay, I think I've got, okay, they if they bite off this many fingers and toes, I'll still have this many left. Okay, he thinks he's got somewhere between 12 and 18, chinny chin hairs. So he's going to look through his possessions and he's going to be like, hand crossbow. I don't know how to use this thing yet. He puts that back in his pack, and he goes, poison short sword? Should I try one in each hand, or just one by itself? Ah! And he swings one at the dog to the right. So, let's see. This, figuring out my attack right here, gonna check my strength, see if that applies. Thaco just gives me 1. Strength is good, though. Strength is very good. That gives me another +1. And is that sword magical at all? It's just poisoned.
As far as you're aware.
Okay. So as far as I know, I've rolled a 7 so I've definitely missed anything.
Which one were you attacking? The top one
right.
or the one to your left?
The one on the right.
Okay.
Or to me, the top one.
Okay, the top one. Thankfully, it's asleep, so it doesn't fight back. You carve your sword across its emaciated form, and it dies.
Good. Okay, great. Okay. Alright. That's good. Back to counting my
the guy...
hairs and stuff.
The guy on the table looks up at you, Road. He's like, kill it! Kill the beast! Do it fast! For some reason, it's not easily hurt. And that dog's asleep, so he's not doing anything. Web.
I see that Road is in trouble. This will not do. And the excitement I'm overdone with excitement, so I actually enter the room. And I yell out, "Rohad, eat his heart out!" And I'm like, I cast another magic missile at the big guy, and he sees my feather-like magic missiles fly at him. Rohad probably sees it as well. My unique feather-like magic missile hits him for 8 more.
Nice. Yep, your magic missiles impact it across its shoulder, its chest, and it roars in rage and hatred. Mr. Bearman.
I'm ignoring the man speaking to me because I've got bigger things to worry about. Instead, I'm going to set my shield against bring my shield across the body and set it in front of myself to protect myself from this creature. And I'm going to speak over my shield in common, fairly rough common, and say, "My name is Road, and I am your doom." And at that point, I'm going to go batshit with my spear and try and hit him. Bearing in mind, if I hit him, I did get my spear coated in silver last session.
You did, and I remember. You go to strike at him, and you almost hit him. You feel like if you just had that one more bit of luck, then you would have touched him with it. As it sort of flies over his head, you can see his eyes follow it, and he gets a horrified look as your kind of silver blade glints in the light. That dog
because
is sleeping.
silver doesn't make a very good cutting weapon, unfortunately.
Good doggy.
Yaslana is panicking in the corner. Dude.
And when we say dog, these aren't even dogs, dude. These are like demon things.
They look dog-like. They're missing a lot of their hair. They look starving. They're kind of canine-ish.
They're RUSs. Rodents of unusual.
Hear that little?
Yaslana is here. Yaslana is here.
Hey, Yaslana, what's up? You can take your turn if you'd like.
Fucking time you showed up, mate.
Hey, the cracks in the wall and the sound of the wind, and, it was all pretty damn interesting. We had a good conversation.
Oh, Yaslana, you've woken up from your daydream. We're in a fight. Hurry, do something.
What is Sun done in the fight again?
I put the fucking dogs.
Use the voice modulator. That's pretty cool.
Okay.
And I've enlarged Road so he can do more damage.
I stand corrected.
Yaslana mumbles a little bit, pulls out a pinch of sand, puts his hands into a fan shape, and prays.
Suddenly, we're all buried in a giant avalanche of sand and die. Yay!
I'm so glad I walked into the room now.
There's literally sand from Africa landing over here right now because of some easterly winds and a big sandstorm.
I guess it sands down in Africa.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Has Road been remembering to add 20% to his damage?
Road hasn't really been hitting, so Road doesn't really care right now.
He will do when he hits something.
To be fair, the damage I have right now pretty much kills everything. When we get to the point where I'm not doing as much damage to creatures, I'll worry about it then.
What are you casting, Paul?
Color spray.
Oh, okay.
So
I saw that. Can you do it one more time? Cool.
6 creatures, beginning from the closest to me and moving outward, are knocked in one way or another, stunned, unconscious. The way it works is I'm technically a level 3 caster because of the D20.
Mm-hmm.
Any creature above my level or 6th level or 6 hit dice get a save throw. If they're not above my level or 6 hit dice, there is no save. Anything that's equal to or less than 3 hit dice is unconscious. anything with 4 or 5 hit dice is blind. And then anything with 6 hit dice is stunned for 1 round.
So at minimum, everybody there is stunned. That's a lot.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
It sucks that Road got caught in it, but there's more of them than there is him.
No, it wouldn't protect him from the color spray, Andy, really. It really wouldn't. I mean, it would protect him from being targeted by it, but he just happens to be in the area of it.
He still gets hit by the
Yeah, unfortunately, it's a 5 foot wide by 20 foot long by 20 foot deep wedge. It's not directed at him. He's in the area.
And Sanctuary really is a good defense. I mean, that was nice of you to cast it on him. It prevents anyone from attacking him directly.
So, Lex, we kind of need to know. You kind of need to know the hit dice.
I do. So,
okay. So, if anything is my hit dice or less, they're unconscious for 2d4 rounds.
And you cast it at level
3. So 3 hit dice or less, they're unconscious for 2d4 rounds. 4 or 5 hit dice, they're blind for 1d4 rounds, not unconscious. And anything with 6 or more would get a save throw, and if they fail to save, then they're stunned for 1 round.
All right, cool. So this is what happens. You release this color spray. You're a wild mage, so it has streamers on it. There's party poppers. There's all kinds of good stuff, and everyone on the altar is knocked unconscious. Thump, thump, thump.
Hey, Rod gets a 6-minute nap.
Oh, for 6 rounds. Okay. Wow.
Yeah, if they're knocked unconscious, it's 2d4 rounds.
Yeah.
All right.
So now,
the one dog that's over by me is asleep also, so we actually made the room go quiet for a minute.
You have, yeah. So unless someone wakes a dog up, all your opponents are now unconscious.
They'll be asleep for 10 rounds.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna move over to where the lady is. If I can. Is that far enough? Wait, I think I got enough movement.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can move there probably. I'm gonna go check her out. If she's got any like staves or anything like that or weapons, I'm gonna take those away as quickly as possible.
She has a plain-looking staff with a depiction of the goddess on it. She's wearing priestly robes. She's very sort of... she doesn't have any wealth on her or anything. She's standard priesty-looking stuff.
Do you have rings or any type of ornate brooches?
As you kind of fumble through her clothing, you see that she does have a ring, and on it is the sign of the Inquisition. It's a silver ring.
I take it.
Okay, you grab it.
And I take her ordinary staff.
Mm-hmm.
And I set it against the wall.
Okay.
Or I think you said normal looking staff.
It's son. It's one of those orbs. I couldn't find the icon. It drove me mad. It's one of those kind of bluey, icy orbs. It's kind of on a stand, and it's giving out light, which is like illuminating the room.
So did you just do without an icon for it? You said you had trouble finding one?
I couldn't find one I really liked, so I used my macro to make a torch.
Is the stand too heavy for me to lift it?
It's the orb itself is about the size of a basketball.
Mm-hmm.
It's not very heavy. You could lift it off the stand, and it just kind of comes off in your hand.
Oh, okay. So it's like a waist high.
Yeah.
Or something. Okay. And can I pick up the whole stand?
No, the stand's made of like stone. It's quite heavy.
Oh. Okay.
You know what? I see it now. Now I see the stand you're talking about on the map.
So everyone in the room is asleep for 10 minutes. Was it 10 rounds?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, during those first actions that Webkey did, because I want to join up with those, but I feel like I want to kill that one dog just sort of as a safety precaution, so I don't get accused of having left it behind or something. There's a few other ones that are alive.
You could coup de grace it. So
Well,
what I'm
I'll attack it or
doing
whatever,
is
but-
I have everything's in real time, so I have a stopwatch running, just so you guys know. But you can coup de grace the dog, no problem.
That's cool.
Splat.
No, I'll roll. I want to roll against it at least. Okay.
It would be funny if you missed.
Well, it would be. I might hit myself in the shin. But I got a hit on it, so I probably killed it. And after that, I come over here because I guess I'm still astounded by the magical effect of the Wild Mage. So I start checking out to see why everybody's sleeping over here. And since I'm kind of depending on Road to decide what to do with the chained up guy, I'm like, that's good, all these enemies are sleeping, but what were we supposed to do here next? Can we wake him up? I kind of shake Road from behind and pull some of his the furs on the back of his neck and like hit each of his ears, and I lift up one of his ears and I kind of look in it and I squint one of my halfling eyes. Then I go around to his other ear and I look in there and I go, Road, anybody home? Now's not the time for hibernating. And then I go through my thieves' tools and I pull out a it's like a feather of a type of a seagull that flies this far south in latitude, you know? And so I pull out this feather and start trying to like tickle his ear and like shake him on the shoulder and see if I can wake him from his slumber without waking the others.
Okay, you do that. Let me just whisper something.
What's up with this thing? Unfortunately, I had everything muted because of the phone, so I didn't quite hear what was going on with it.
I think he's asleep too.
Well,
Yeah,
no, I know he's unconscious, but did we get any indicator of what it is?
If you have knowledge monsters, knowledge supernatural, knowledge of the area, you could roll.
Paul, do you have a skill called Knowledge Angry Bear?
Looks similar to Road to me.
Because you're going to have to deal with a very angry bear in about 8 minutes.
Oh. And we're not sure which of these two bears he means.
The Road, as he's unconscious, he's kind of twitching a little bit and growling like. Rrr.
I go up and I climb up on his back.
Is it possible to wake your companion from it? Is there a good way to? Is there a rule for it?
I think because they're unconscious, not asleep, there's no way.
You'd have to dispel him, I guess, because it's a spell effect.
Correct. You're right. Okay. I mean, but I guess I'm kind of RPing it as far as my halfling knows. He's like, the bear is asleep. He's hibernating. He's being a bear.
Yeah, that's where Yaslana's going with that. He's not asleep. He's unconscious. I don't know that there's a way to wake him up from that.
Well, I'll try this feather in some more places and see if I can find the right spot.
I whisper in his ear, I'm on your back. See if that wakes him up.
I just assume that, I would at least know the difference between sleep and unconscious.
Yeah, it's a spell-induced. It's like a spell-induced coma.
And I don't have the skill to dispel magic.
So basically, Webkey and Yellow Snow are both like sort of prodding the bear, and
you're a creepy little elf. You know that. It's unconscious, and it's like you can hear it's
Go
choking.
to sleep. Go to sleep.
I climb up his back.
Just go to sleep.
Oh my god!
Climb up his back, and I'll tell the other guys, what about this creature? What about this creature? She says.
Yeah, you notice that it is choking longer than you'd expect a humanoid to choke. I mean, maybe you've choked people before. We won't ask, though.
All you do is you carry sausage links with you, like Weisswurst or something. And then every time somebody sleeps them, you just put one of the sausages in their mouths, and then you leave them, and then when they wake up, they'll die.
Or you just used your, yeah.
Wow.
It's one of those D&D tricks.
Holy cow, there.
Yeah, I see what that elf is up to. Yeah, she's being dark.
Hello?
Hello? Whom are you after?
Or have I cut out? Maybe I've cut out.
No, I hear you, Lex.
Here you, Alex.
Such silence.
Is Road like laying on top of the Jesus guy?
Such silence.
That was weird. I thought my sound had cut out.
Yeah.
So yeah, the large creature is choking, but it's not dying. As your wild mage paces the room thoughtfully, and the time marches ever on.
Well, I hate to say this, Lex, but I can't do shit right now.
Oh yeah, you're having a wonderful dream.
I'm not. I'm unconscious. Dream when you're unconscious.
Yeah, I
I
was
see
relying
what
on
I'm
you to figure out how we were gonna untie this Jesus guy from the chains and carry him home. I think that's what we're supposed to do. So, being at a loss, I kind of ask. I see Sunroards over there doing some necromantic things.
The Inquisition
I'm
guy.
trying to see who I could ask. I don't see anybody in this. When I look around, I don't see anybody in this party to ask if we should kill the other dogs or unchain the guys or what. The only person I see to ask is the big bear. So I would think I just kind of keep shaking the bear and try to get him out of unconsciousness. I'm checking for wounds, and I'm like, okay, I was just kidding around before, but now, yeah, he's not even bleeding. Like, why is he? Why won't he wake up? And I check his nose temperature. I see if he's still got a cold nose, like a bear should.
I climb off of his back. Now, is it safe to say that the Inquisition would kill us if they knew we were?
If you assaulted a priestess of Oral,
Yeah.
yeah, they'd freeze you at the stake.
Okay, cool. So that means Road is in danger, and I have to choose between killing this lady and not becoming a killer. That fine line between killer and hero.
There's a... Okay, you could
Is it
certainly
this
do
lady
that.
down here?
And
Yeah.
I call Yellow over. Yellow, come with me, she says, please.
What about Sunroard too? Sun.
Yellow.
I'm coming. I'm telling Sun on the way. So I see that Sun's like,
Yes, one moment.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
You know you're trying to kill a creature that regenerates, right?
Let's have a look at your strength. Okay,
That's
it's
a
not bad.
Hmm.
You attempt to twist its head off. As you're twisting, you feel resistance where you'd normally expect. Well, I hope you wouldn't normally expect. Maybe we're finding something out about your character. When you're breaking something's neck, it should give, and you get that kind of counter rotation happening, almost as though it is regenerating. And it starts to twitch as though it's starting to wake, as do the two dogs that are asleep. They start to twitch into wakefulness.
I thought we've killed all the dogs.
Oh, did you slay all the dogs? I got
Yeah,
lost
we did.
in
that
the
one.
text.
That one that
That
he
one's
just
dead.
pinged. I did.
That
But
one's dead, and that one's dead.
Oh, cool. Yeah, the dogs are dead. That's fine. No problemo. It's just the being that you've got by the head that starts to twitch and is about to awaken.
Okay, so as he's doing that, I look to Yellow, and I go, "You're a thief. You backstab people. You
She looks
you
dead, though.
murder."
She looks dead.
She's not dead. She's merely asleep, unconscious. And if she identifies Road, they'll have him killed. We have to do something about it. You have to do something about it.
Okay, yeah. All right. Good point.
And her conscience is a little bit getting to her too much, and she walks away.
Really? Yeah, you're conscious about it. Gosh. Yeah, I mean, I think
she's not a killer, she's a hero.
Yeah, I think
we're a thief.
We're definitely on the side, or I think I'm starting to side up with, like, it's kind of like against the Inquisition. I guess it could be called, like, the Rebellion or something. The rebel side. I would think that, I feel like Sun I want to see what Sunroad says about it, too. Because I think Sun has views on the whole RL thing. So I'm really wondering what you think about it, Sun. This lady over here, like, are we trying to kill all the people on this side?
The wolf thing is back alive.
The person that's over here. I know the wolf thing is just like a monster distraction, though. The plot involves. This
as you say that,
look at the monster; it's alive again.
Yes,
as Sun declares that, as Sun declares, there's a monster that appears to be alive. It does indeed pull itself up onto its feet, and it's like, "I will kill you!" And I throw everyone back into initiative.
Oh goodness!
As you all react to it getting back up again.
He tried to choke it. You stick the dagger in the eyeball.
I could tell you what you could have done, which would have made this a lot easier, but you'll probably end up kicking yourselves when you find out.
Yaslana, if you're still here, old boy, you're up. I have this weird feeling like you're going to get, grammatical. I thought you were going to colour spray them all again, which would be funny.
Nice. Good job, Yaslana.
I'm getting some nice rolls for the level variation.
Ooh, wild effect, please, on the table.
Son of a bitch.
Man.
Oh, that might be ugly. Okay, no, that's actually not that ugly.
What happens? Oh, Dancing Lights.
Sweet, now we're in a disco.
Oh, goodness. All right, fun.
So, yeah, I hold on a second.
Did you just cast Disco Ball?
Okay, only because it's a wild surge, I'm going to do a D2 first to determine whether it's the dancing balls or the humanoid shape. Fair enough?
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, so 1, it's the dancing balls. 2, it's the humanoid shape.
3, it's the humanoid shape with dancing balls.
Okay, so what happens is a glowing man-like shape somewhat similar to a creature from the elemental plane of fire appears and starts walking around randomly because I don't feel it would be appropriate for me to concentrate on moving it since I didn't expect that to happen.
You can throw it so it will go... No, that's fair enough. You can throw it in the direction you want it to go.
Well, I mean, I would assume it would appear next to the thing, but...
Yeah.
It moves if I concentrate on it, but I didn't expect that, and I don't know that spell, so I don't know that it would move if I concentrate on it, in all fairness.
No, that's logical. That's logical.
So, I mean, he's got, like, this glowing man made of fire next to him now.
Alright, let's have a look.
for the next 6 rounds, that man shape will just be standing there.
Let me roll to see what's going to happen with that. Yeah.
I mean, I would love to say that, I'm going to make it look like it's attacking him, even though it doesn't do any damage, because, it's a man made of fire, but he doesn't know the spell. He wasn't expecting that result.
Wild!
Exactly.
Okay, a dude made of fire appears, and I must be able to find. Let's have a look.
I mean, you guys know I try to play as fair as possible. I can't justify him moving it without knowing the spell and what he can do with that spell.
Dude, you're the fairest player I know, dude. You're like so fair. You're like, your skin is pale.
There's so many times I want to take advantage of shit, and it's just like, God damn it, my character wouldn't be able to.
Method?
What happened?
Hey, look, it's one of Webb's relatives.
Nice. That's kind of cool.
So yeah, a dude, a fiery-looking guy appears next to him, and he's
cool.
like, huh?
Cool.
What the hell? Where am I? And just kind of looks around, looking a bit confused. Snow.
I try to ascertain the moral dimension between the fire angel and the fallen ice priestess, who, whether she's dead and needs to be further murdered, which Webkey is, Webkey is inclining me towards, or persuading me towards. So yeah, I don't know. Where is this fire dude on the map? Just somewhere over here?
Yep, she's there.
Oh, there. Thank you. Wow. I guess I figure out that the wild mage just created the fire dude. So I'm not super concerned about that. I'm just concerned about this ice priestess regenerating right here. I guess I just check her to see if she's dead or regenerating. And still kind of hoping that Sunroar would comment in on that. I've been listening. Okay, go on.
She's out of it. She's very wounded indeed. So if she was left here, she would die. From what you can tell.
Well, that's good. Happy to leave her here to die on her own. Not seeing any reason to mutilate the body or anything, or that seems like something someone else might do. I'll stand guard over the ice priestess's body.
Okay, you can do that.
So I'll go ahead and search her for goodies. Yeah, I will loot the body of the fallen ice priestess. How about that?
Okay. You notice as you start to loot her that it looks as though someone else has been through her possessions. The staff that she would normally have is kind of leaning against the wall, as though someone put it there. And indeed, someone did. Your expert eyes are like, someone's been through this person already.
I did see Webkey over here messing around a little while ago, but didn't follow it closely.
Doing her tomfoolery, her shenanigans.
What is Sunroar doing?
He seems busy.
Why is he busy?
I like that our thief is looking to Sun for the moral dilemma. The thief of all people is having a moral dilemma.
Well, I was hoping maybe I could walk away from it and Sunward would do a dirty deed or something if necessary over here.
Dude, that's funny. Webkey did exactly the same thing.
Yeah, I feel like that our party is more aligned with the anti-Inquisition, and so, plus it seems like Road was saying earlier we were here on a quest to like save this dude, and it looks like these people had that dude all tied up in chains and have been torturing him and stuff. So F them.
Oh God.
But they're already dead. I mean, she's already dead. If we just leave her alone, she's gonna just stay in here and be dead. Said a great voice in my head that I like to call the Dungeon Master. I think she's fine. I mean, I don't know. I'm just gonna keep guard over her body until Road wakes up and solves the problem here.
All right, you can certainly stand guard. That's no problem.
Okay.
Son.
What was the question you asked me?
Oh, son, yeah. What's up with this ice priestess lady? I think she's dead. Webkey was saying we needed to kill her. Road keeps kind of like, is Road awake now? He woke up from the earlier unconsciousness, and then what happened?
Yeah, everyone woke up.
Yeah, okay, so the dancing lights or whatever didn't necessarily affect him. So, well, can I ask him now then, while it's my turn or whatever? Or I guess it's Sun's turn now. Okay, I used my turn.
I'm gonna look around.
I mean, I'm wanting everybody's comment on what's up with this ice priestess. Do we need to double kill her, or is she killed enough already? That's the question. Sorry, Gar, it's your turn.
I'm gonna look around the ice priestess lady.
She looks like a novice in your standard temple of worship, and she's taken a thorough beating to her chest from magical means. She is at the point of death, basically, because like in our game, they don't necessarily die unless you like really want to kill them. But you could save her if you wanted to save her, but if you don't, she'll die.
Does she have anything of use?
It looks her clothing looks pretty roughed up. Like maybe 1-2 people have already been through her.
I was about to say, come on, guys, any more? We down to her underwear.
I like how there's a moral dilemma going on where the dog creature bear thing is like waking up and like, you know.
Somebody said something about a staff earlier.
There's like that whole round of attacks that we could have got on it, and it's like...
Yeah, there's a staff against the wall that Webb placed there that she was wielding. It looks like it's made of some kind of metal, and it has a depiction of the goddess on the end of it.
Okay. Is that creature on the table fully aware and awake now?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's obviously has holy symbols of Arl.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I tell what kind of metal it is?
Yeah, it looks to be made of. It's got partial wood pieces that connect it, but the metal on it is of copper.
Oh. I guess, is she bound or is she just on the floor?
The priestess?
Yeah.
She's just sprawled on the floor where she fell.
Okay. And Road is laying over Jesus Christ, right?
Yeah, he's just
some dude
getting
called
up,
Edward
and the
Von
other guy's
somebody or
waking
something.
up.
It's some dude that
so
talked with like an accent to Road and stuff. They seem chatty.
I couldn't inspect his chains because Road was laying over his body.
Pretty much.
Okay.
But glancing at them, they look like manacles. Yeah. They don't look special.
All right. So I'm gonna pick up the staff. I'm gonna come over here and work on his bindings. Like, can I use the staff to wedge into his bindings and break them somehow?
You could give it a go with your strength.
Okay.
So that would be like a bend bars.
/R. Oh, a bend bars. I don't think I have bend bars lift gates, actually. So
You mean you don't have it written down, or your strength's too low to even have a percent in it?
I literally do not have a Ben Bars lift. Oh no, I do have a 7%. Okay.
Hey.
D100.
So yeah, you have a
Less
horrible
than
chance,
the-
but you have a chance.
Yeah.
I wasn't bad though.
Damn, did I get skipped?
You're not in the initiative, are you? Maybe you were moving when I rolled it.
Sorry.
That's okay. You can go after Road, and then we'll keep turns of whereabouts you are. Yeah, you kind of lever it against the manacles, and you give it a heave, and they make a crinkly noise, but they don't quite give.
Okay. And I shout out,
Can someone help me with this? Damn it!
and that's the end of my turn.
Right, cool.
What are you asking for help with over there? With the chains?
With what I'm doing,
Yeah, gotcha.
trying to break the chains with the staff.
Okay, you rise up, you roar at it, and you kind of body check slam into it. So there's like on the end of this, what is it? An altar. These two massive furry figures are in this wrestling match of just raining blows down on each other. And the dude in the chains, he struggles away from it, wanting not to get squashed. The werewolf creature looks at you, Road, and decides he doesn't want you to disembowel him anytime soon, so he's going to attack you.
Aww.
Nope.
Bear on bear
No.
action.
All 18?
The 18
I can't
hits,
remember.
but I no longer have my shield. So, yeah.
Damn it, he bites you. Bites you in the forearm. It's like, "Argh."
I take a risk whenever I drop my shield, so...
True. Eric, this dude on the table, he's struggling away in his chains. The chains all rattle around. He looks out of his mind with fear. And Webb, you'll go.
I make a noise like the beast, and then he's awake, right? He's standing there now.
Yeah, he's fighting with
Yeah,
Road.
exactly. They were just fighting. So I'm gonna turn my head back around to run the other way. But as I'm facing the way, I'm gonna cast my magic missile again. Because if it isn't broke, it don't need to be.
Don't
fixed.
try to fix it.
And then I'm gonna make my way over here,
Do some good deeps.
and I'm gonna look at the door to see if anybody's coming in the door.
Okay, cool. You kind of keep your eyes trained on the doorway.
That's
Eric can't
kind
do
of a good
anything. He's chained up. Yes, your go.
That damn bear looks like he needs saving again.
Oh, do help me.
Can I just point something out, Paul? I probably wouldn't need saving if you hadn't knocked me out for fucking 10 minutes. Just laying it out there.
I think you had a nice nap.
You looked a little bit tired.
Someone's going to be feeling a bit tired when I'm finished with this were creature. I can tell you that now, and it's not going to be me.
Yeah?
Yes.
Discord. Okay. Back.
Little Discord bump there.
Yeah, just going out of the room, coming right back in, made it reconnect, right? It just went silent for a
Yeah.
second. So, did I miss anything? Okay, so you use turn. Okay, go.
It takes one point of damage and has to roll a save versus spell.
Okay. It makes it save.
No further effect.
Cool.
I mean, it took 1 point of damage, though. That's one less that our bear has to.
The random fireman said, "You there, mage, send me home. You there, mage, send me home." Sunlord keeps asking for help, and it's my turn. I stand over the body of this ice queen and see if she's regenerating and waking up like that bear thing. Seeing that she's not, I keep standing guard over her, waiting for a party decision from Road, and I see that other bear thing stand up. I call him a bear. I don't know what he is. He's a regenerating thing. Maybe he's a troll. And so I say, I think I'll try this hand crossbow. And I cock that and fire it. Can I do that? I put one of those little hand crossbow bolts in it and try the thing for the first time.
Yeah.
Okay.
You take a shot.
Yep. It's going to be D20 plus 1 for my THAC0 and plus 2 for my dexterity missile adjustment. A miss, but it didn't hit one of my friends.
Yes, that's good. It's a bit unusual in your hands, so you don't quite land. Son.
Oh, give me some help, damn it!
And can I make another attempt at trying to break the chains?
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, if you want.
I can probably help you with that, strength-wise.
Is there a lock on the chains?
Yeah.
Sweet, I can knock that shit open. But I'll wait. I'll let them struggle with it.
I was kind of waiting for a second, too. I did hear you calling out, son.
Lex, can I try again?
Yeah, of course you can, yeah.
Okay.
Be hilarious if you do it.
Dude, he's got a better chance than I do.
Like,
Damn it! Damn it all!
RP.
For fuck's sake!
And then it's the end of my turn.
Rad.
Okay, I'm just gonna take him on. Keep fighting.
Oh.
Does it hit?
It does hit. AC 21, I should hope it would. You cleave it across with the end of your spear. There's like a hissing noise as it makes contact, and it reels backwards, taking a step back from you, like, and it kind of looks slumped. It gets that look like someone who's on their last legs, and it's going to fight for its life. Because why not? That's a nope, that's a nope. There's a whole lot of nope. Webs.
Sweet. I turn my attention back to what's going on. Do I see that they're messing with the locks and all that?
Yeah, you can see that Sun is very vocally expressing his anger with these chains.
Alright, then I'm going to walk over there since I can also probably see that the creature's jacked up. And since Road is in front of me, I'm not scared. So I go over there and then I just place my hand on it. I cast knock, but I go and I try to do like an effort like I'm using my strength. Like I'm going to open this jar of pickles for him. And then I'm just going to do knock, like kind of as quietly as I can, right? And just like pretend like I'm pulling at it, and then undo the lock.
Roll me a charisma.
Okay, cool.
Blast! I loosened it for you.
So Webb wanders over. She takes firm hands on both of them, and to anyone who witnesses this amazement, she just opens the lock with her bare hands. This owl girl, there's something weird about her.
She's so strong.
So strong.
Altum!
He's still in his chains, even though they're unlocked.
You have a
He's not
valid
involved.
point, yes, Lana. You have a valid point.
I casted at least one spell on the dog man. You guys win. Oops.
Is that 3 damage?
Mm-hmm.
No, that was the D20 for caster level. I cast
Okay.
it at 1 level lower.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
So it only
a
takes 2
powered
damage.
chromatic orb. A down-powered chromatic orb.
Yeah, but it still has to save versus spell.
So it fails its save versus spell.
Okay, so it is now surrounded by light that radiates out 20 feet, as if it were affected by a light spell, for 1 round. And during that time, its attack rolls and save throws are made at a -4, and its AC is penalized by 4.
Awesome. So yeah, it's surrounded by a bright light as it falls backwards onto the ground. Webb, this is unpleasant for you, obviously. And it falls backwards, looking as though it's on the point of death.
Well then, I'll do what I always do. Just finish the monster off. I'll magic missile again. Since I've done so much damage to this thing already. He's got a lot of hit points, man. I hit it for what, 8, 8, and 7, and
Yeah, it's a beefy monster.
we'll hit it for 8 more.
Yeah, you pound its seemingly dead form with magical missiles.
Sweet. Nice. I'll wag my butt with a charisma check. Like, like you know it. My feet show it. They're long fellows.
Wow, Islana's in a bad place, not feeling good.
Okay, Road walks up to the creature with rage in his eyes. He's been fighting this creature for quite some time. And as it lies there, like on its back, down, I'm just going to literally ram my spear into its into its chin and up into its brain, and just literally go, and then like twist it and then pull it out.
Okay, you do that. It has no way to defend itself, and the body kind of shakes and spasms as you do that. As you pull it out, it gives one last gasp, and then stops moving.
Turns to look towards Yeslana, still rage in his eyes, and you dangerous.
Glad to see you're alright, Bear.
The chap in the chain kind of starts pulling the chains off him. He looks over at Sun. He's like, I'm awake. I'm awake.
We've removed your bonds. Free yourself.
He pulls the last of the chains off himself, and he sort of swings his legs over the side of the altar and hops down.
This is where the ultimate cosplay is revealed. He's going to start casting spells at us and turn into a monster.
He says, I don't know who you people are, but thank you. I have no idea what they wanted with me. But whatever it wouldn't have been good.
Take this staff to defend yourself.
He kind of looks at you and says, no, you hold that thing, and kind of like takes a step back.
What's wrong?
Whatever these creatures were doing, I wasn't part of it. I was out hunting and I got dragged in here. I have no idea why they brought me here. Praise be Oral, he says, and kind of like looks a bit nervous.
Uh-oh.
We've come to save you, she says. It's okay.
Yeah.
We're not the Inquisition, you know.
He kind of looks at you guys, and you see him he's thinking about it. But you don't look like Inquisitors, I confess. But you threw me with the staff there. I suppose it's possible you're not.
We're here to rescue you from your captors, not interrogate you.
Well, I welcome
right?
the rescue. Yes, of course. You just threw me with the staff. I assumed you were one of them.
The staff belonged to her, and I point over to the chick.
I emphasize it by pointing down to the body sitting at my feet. Yeah, right here. See?
I go over there to make sure the thief has done what he was supposed to do.
Yeah, I did not enhance the procedure. I've just kind of kept a guard of the fact that she's been continuously more or less dead, as far as I've noticed.
Oh yes, the priestess. She was in on what was happening here. Very strange. You'd think she'd be against it, but no, she was conducting whatever horrible ritual this was. I'm glad that you did her in. She deserved it. Filthy knife ear. No offense, fellows.
Oh, none taken. Oral's such a cunt, she gave us knife ears.
Webkey's head turns around 180 degrees and she looks over at the released Jesus guy. And she kind of contemplates the story because he sounds kind of odd in his wording of things.
Rad comes over, picks up the corpses, and starts arranging the dogs around the altar. Like that.
That's very symmetrical, Rad. It's very ritualistic of you.
The older dude just kind of sits down on the floor and he's kind of catching his breath and trying not to freak out and getting back his sensibility.
Oh, so Road came and picked up the queen too, and put her with his pyre that he's making.
He grabbed the priestess, dragged the body over to the altar, stuck it on the altar, and he also did the same with the werewolf, stuck that on there, and he's arranged the dogs at the points on the compass.
See, when we say Snow Queen, is that a word for the RL, or did we meet a Snow Queen? Because I was listening to a song earlier today called Snow Queen, and that's why I keep calling this Snow Queen, I guess.
Amongst the elves, there are obviously royalty, and there are kings and queens. So there could possibly be a Snow Queen.
But this lady herself would most likely be called... This gal is a acolyte priestess. Low-level priestess.
Yeah, she looks like a novice.
She's sexy.
she looks better than a novice to me, but I don't know. Maybe the artist kind of overdrew her a little bit.
They're just really into their cosplay. Webkey is gonna, I'm gonna talk to the Jesus guy, and I'm gonna tell him. I'm gonna get right into character with this. She says, "Let me see if you're alright. Let me check your runes." And as she tries to check him, if he lets her, she's gonna look to see if he's got any brands or any tattoos of like the Inquisition or for the goddess. Because one of the theories that she now has, because of his wording, oddly enough, because she's a conspiracy theorist person. Because of her perception. She thinks that maybe he was one of them that maybe may have not had broken their rules, and so they were putting him on the altar. You know what I'm saying? Because maybe he was one of them and broke their rules or whatnot, and he's paying the price. But that means he's still one of them. Like he could go back to the queen and say, "Forgive me, queen," and then betray us somehow, right? So she's just checking to make sure, doing the due diligence.
Yeah. You kind of check him over. He's a guy. He's a guy later in life. He looks more or less exactly as he looks on there. He's only been left his loincloth. He's not wearing anything else. He has scarring along his forearms, his legs. His hands are rough. The skin's rough as though it's been worked, as though he either does a manual job or he hefts something. He's fairly well built for his age, but there's no sort of ritualistic markings, no symbols, no tattoos.
Where are your clothes, sir?
I'm not sure. When I was abducted, I was rendered unconscious. I woke up like this. I have no idea.
Then ignore him. I'm over it now. Gonna make sure Road's alright.
Yeah, make sure Road's alright. I can't tell if this is his usual behavior or if he's acting strangely too.
He's kind of speaking in his own language. He's gesturing in a certain way. He appears to be conducting some kind of ritual by the look of it.
I try to speak to him. Are you going to take her heart too?
Do you walk up to him?
Yeah.
Give me a... What would it be? Wisdom, please, Mr. Road. Trying to roll under it.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Hey, when she speaks, he listens. See how good he rolls.
Yes, I did.
You see Webkey walking into your ritual. Okay, fine. She starts talking to you, but you hold your resolve and you keep your ritual going. And you offer up the spirits to cleanse this place. And you get the familiar feeling of the dead and of those that passed beyond you. You know that they're around you, that they're always around you, and those of your kind. And you feel like your ritual's going well. It's going to be a success.
Well, as I chant and continue, I'm going to gently push Webkey out of the circle, just in case she ruins it with her dodgy faceness.
She does that little, hoppy feet thing that penguins kind of do a little bit.
And then I'm just going to continue the chanting until such time as it actually
pedals it,
activates. And it should be quite spectacular, I'm hoping. Hope Lex has got something planned for it.
I always have
quite
something
spectacular
planned.
when it goes off. If you want me to describe how it goes off, I'm more than willing to do it. But I continue to finish off the last of the blood-soaked splatters on the floor around the priestess, and that would be the culmination of... behind the altar, that would be the culmination of the thing.
Cool.
So you need to tell me if it goes off all right.
Yep.
And then you're going to tell us if we... Yeah, keep going. I mean, does it explode or does blood go everywhere?
Me.
Or you eat a bunch of hearts? Or... Here we go.
Come on, Roll20, when you're ready.
I want me to roll 20.
No, my Roll20 is a bit laggy.
Yeah.
Let me
Well, I can roll
come-
one d20 if you like. I don't mind.
No, my client is laggy. I'm just going to log back in.
So lagginess of it.
So, Road, what you're doing over there is whatever's normal with your shamanic culture, right? Or did you get
In a way.
possessed by some demon and you're doing some weird stuff that Lex chatted you in the whispers or something?
No, I got full abilities to make up my own rituals because we haven't really, because the race itself and the class itself, they're quite vague when it comes to rituals. So you're gonna have to use your own intelligence and work it out.
Oh, I love that. I'm all for that. I just wasn't sure if you
So
got, like, possessed
Lex
by
just
the
said to
demon
me,
or if
"Have
this was
fun with
normal.
it. Do what you want to do." So while people are talking and chatting, I can just do it in the background, and no one needs to know any different. But I know Lex enjoys them, so
Yeah, I've been
basically
trying to read
my
them, too.
whole thing is cleansing the temple.
Okay, gotcha. So when we see you doing stuff like this would be part of your way of helping the innocent and cleansing the temple.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah,
You're
'cause
definitely not
innocents have died here. So
you're definitely not cursing us or anything, are you?
oh no, you'd know if
No.
I was cursing you because there would be lots of bad language heading your way.
All right.
Yeah, no one gets a
like
bad
what's going to
vibe.
happen to Yeslana when I'm finished this ritual.
See, now I would think you'd do some kind of ritual to help steady his magic. Not anyway.
There is no hope for you, Yeslana. Nothing's going to steady that shit.
Too wild to be controlled.
Oh, right, nice. Oh, nice. It's gone wrong, everyone. Leave the room.
Oh wait, are these spirits? Oh my god.
He's cleansing all the
I
spirits.
love
the
these
people they
icons.
sacrificed.
Those are some of these are pixels and dragons, I think.
Yeah, they are. They're from the
Love 'em.
Pixels and Dragon. So, as your ritual clicks and holds, the spirits of the dead, the doorway between realms swings wide open, and spirits enter the area. You see, they're all quite large. They're about the size of Road. They're all bear-shaped. They're wearing clothing that you've never seen before. Some of it's ritualistic, some of it looks peasantry. They're going about daily tasks. A lot of them are dressed in similar kind of... the sort of effects they have around them are kind of the effects that Road has. And Road, you specifically can see that there are many shamans in this. There are servants, there are guards. It looks like loads of your people that once lived here and maybe died here. They walk around, and some of them walk through you, walk around you. They're kind of going about their business, and the whole room fills with spirits. And yeah, Yeslana freaks out.
Yeslana always freaks out.
Wow.
Two things we can rely on in this party. Things going badly when he casts a spell and him freaking out. Is there anything you want me to do now, Lex?
You can speak to them because you're a shaman. You can let them do their stuff. You can interact with them. You can cancel the ritual if you're freaking out.
No, I'm not freaking out. I've probably seen some site similar to this, I'd imagine.
Yeah, you've spoken to spirits before. There's a lot of spirits in here, much more than you expected, but
Cool. You summoned the whole horde of spirits. It looks awesome if you kind of zoom out. The room's like full of them.
Webkeeper just stands still, like they pretend like they can't see her. If she just stands in one place.
They remind me of Final Fantasy VI Espers.
yeah. Yeah, they wander about, going about their tasks. They speak, but you can't hear them, as though they make no sound. A few of them are conversing with each other. They're just sort of doing everyday things. This room was obviously some kind of large gathering place, and they're all just gathered and interacting with each other. The corpses of the were creature and the Pyrenean elf begin to fizzle, and the flesh on them starts to kind of decay and wither until they become kind of skeletal with like the skin pulled across them.
Okay, so I'm assuming this isn't going as planned. I am typing something out, so just bear with me a second.
Yeah,
but
that's
I think
cool.
I'll just read it out. Because they're muttering in Ursus and I can't really make it out, I'm going to respond in Ursus, and I'm going to say, I despair with you, lost ones, but your souls are old and rooted in time. You will not disrupt the ritual. And at that point, I continue to chant in Ursus, basically keep ensuring that the circle is clear and that they can't get through the circle towards me or the prize. Beseeching the souls of the two that have died today to continue with what they're doing with the other bodies. If that makes sense. Continue the ritual with the other two. So. That's about it for me, though.
Yeah, you can continue your ritual to sort of cleanse the area, and the ritual comes to an end. You finish your rites. The spirits are still visible. They're still going about their business. You figure, being a shaman, that these spirits must be anchored to this area, this temple, this place of worship, and this is where they hang out. Your ritual just brought them into being able to be viewed and being sensed by those that otherwise wouldn't be able to see them, and they're just going about their daily lives over and over.
Right. Okay. So I'm going to have to come here another time and put all these creatures to rest.
That would be a duty of yours, yes.
Yeah. I see. Okay. So the thing's gone off. The bodies have all rotted to nothing but to dust, I assume now.
Yeah.
By the time it's all finished, and that's when I look up to the rest of the party and say, "I am done. We can leave now."
Wow, that was impressive. That was amazing
Right.
to watch. I'm not sure what just went down, but good. All right, I want to make sure we looted all the bodies. Is it safe to go through this ritualized area, or is it all sort of dissipated?
It is finished with. It is no longer needed.
Okay, I'm ready to. Yeah. Is there any? Yeah, I might try to collect a couple light stones too on the way out. That's about all I can think of to loot left.
Yep, that's very true.
Lex, I need to ask you a question. Something I'm going to ask it in local.
Yeah. You smell nothing. Everything seems to be fine. So the spirits still walk around, still going about their business, completely oblivious to you guys. The priestess obviously has been ruffled a few times. Unlucky. The strange beast, the were guy, he's not wearing anything. He has no pockets, and the dogs don't have pockets, unsurprisingly. So they have nothing on them. In terms of the room itself, the room appears to be... Let's have a look. That's not what I wanted to do. So the room appears to have two exits. Well, three. The one you came out of. There's one that Yislana is standing next to, which appears to be a door. And there's a door up there.
Got a whole bunch of people just disappearing.
Oh, yeah. Discord is dying.
The ritual must have put them to sleep. Revenge is mine, Paul!
Let's see. So we did lose Jason from the chat, it looks like. and Paul.
Got no stamina, those two, I'll tell you.
I don't know, creepy ghost things.
Okay, that was loud, Jesus.
Wow, was that a Roll20 sound?
No, that was clownfish.
Oh, okay.
So what's the plan then? We wait for them to come back? I could do with a 5-minute break if that's alright.
I think there's...
Yeah,
sure,
totally.
that's fine. I think there's additional doors off of this room that we haven't gone out of and stuff.
Yeah, there's one to the south and
One to the west,
Richard,
right?
one to the west. Yeah.
So I'll go ahead and start checking those doors, unless you need... Do you need a break too, Lex?
No, I'm good.
I'll go ahead and check the 2 doors for sounds, traps, and locks.
Okay, the southernmost door, you give it a push. There's like 0 give in it. You kind of like peer through check it for traps, and as you're doing so, you look through the little keyhole. You can see that there's been a cave in behind it that blocks it entirely. And you're like, I don't think we're getting through that way. You have a look at the other door towards the west.
Yeah.
That door has it's wooden. It's been put up fairly recently. It's not part of the original furnishing. It has quite a basic lock on it. It is locked, but as you sort of check it for a trap, there's no trap there. You can see that it kind of, as you look through the keyhole, it's dark, but it does lead off somewhere.
So it's locked, not trapped, and it seems like a good way to go, so I'll try to pick the lock while Road is taking a pee. A successful lockpick roll.
The door swings open.
Alright, I step carefully into the next hallway and see if it's a regular hall, but I keep 1 foot through the door to make sure it doesn't slam closed behind me.
So, Eric, are we going the right way?
Who's Barrick?
Yeah, nothing slams behind you. The door just stays open. There's no sort of terrible clicking noise or trap springy noise.
Alright, I'll go ahead and sneak along then. In other words, I will begin a sneak. I will try to move silently up to the edge. I think that's silent for me.
Yeah.
So I go up to the edge and peer around the corner. And I use my infravision to see if anyone's up the hall that way.
You can see the hall goes north a little bit, and then there's another turn. You're wise. You look up to the ceiling, and you're like, I wonder if there's any more of those cages. You kind of look, and there's no more cages. You're like,
Alright, I'm not going any further then. But there's no cages in this next extension of the hallway.
Yeah, the old guy, he says, I don't know, sir. Sorry, I don't know your name. I don't know. I literally woke up in this room. Good to meet you, Sunroad. I woke up on the slab, shall we say, and your guess is as good as mine.
Yes, of course. Are you able to wield the staff I've you?
It's not my weapon of choice, but I could surely hit someone over the head with it, I suppose.
Bravo. Good man.
He looks over at Rode. I don't know. I was wearing them when I was abducted. When I woke up, I was wearing this, embarrassingly. I don't know where they have my clothes.
Road, this is Eric Van Red.
Hi, Eric. I'm Yellow Snow, the halfling.
Good to meet you, friend.
Yes, you don't seem very appropriately dressed for this region. Any idea what continent you might be from?
I'm from here, I agree. I was born on this continent. I wouldn't last 5 minutes out there in that cold.
I go into my stuff and I give him a small blanket to add to his loincloth. It's a blanket from that elf earlier that I looted. And I give him one of my extra scarves to go ahead and wrap around part of himself. Like, kind of like around his neck and shoulders area.
He thanks you. You're a good fellow, thank you.
Gonna need to find you some kind of shoes or something before we get going out there. When we get back
Perhaps
outside.
the shoes of the elf woman.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I think Roed said don't disturb the fire anymore, though. I think he's got it all set up.
No, you can do what you like with it now. The ritual's done.
Okay.
For good or for worse.
All right, well, we take some boots out of there and try to cut them so that they fit to the Jesus. To Eric.
Okay, I don't think there's much left.
Yeah, they're not the best boots, but it's better than bare feet. So you kind of.
And if anyone wants to realise, there's a guy that we left in the hallway up there as well. That's completely almost intact. His clothing should be. If he can fit in there.
Oh, up there. I'll tell you what. I'll go up there and take his clothing. I'm feeling a little bit exposed. And he starts walking over.
Don't worry, little man. I'll come with you.
Oh, jolly good.
We shouldn't let him go alone.
He's not going alone. He's going with Road.
Then I shouldn't let you go alone.
I am fine on my own, but I seem to have lost my Roll20. What the fuck is going on here? No, seriously, I've lost my Roll20.
Yeah, I know. It says you've left, so something's happened.
Back your game. Let me back in.
I follow him.
Okay, I am going with him.
I go with him too.
Okay.
So I always got a backup rope.
He goes over, he sees the dead elf, and he starts to put the clothing on. It fits him fairly well. It's a little bit tight in places because elves are generally quite lithe, but it's not a bad fit. He's quite happy with this.
Okay.
Can you ping me, please?
Thank you. Thank you, sirs. I stand a chance now, I feel.
Are you leaving us already?
No. Just I wouldn't want to travel home in just my loincloth. I'd be an icicle in seconds.
Right.
Yes, a very funny-looking icicle. You are correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
If we find you any better clothing, you can have it.
Trying to get Road's attention. Talk to him for a second.
What do you want, son Rod? The coward.
She tries to get Road's attention and kind of like pull him off to the side to talk to him. Like she's like, psst.
That was yesterday, Road, and I'm not even speaking to you.
My bad. Sorry. Yeah, I keep getting you two confused. My bad. What is up, little web?
There seems to be something wrong with him, I think. Can you tell if he's good or evil?
He's human.
But they had him chained to the table.
Right.
Yes.
Maybe they were going to summon a demon into him.
I was wondering that too.
Perhaps. But the only way we can deal with that is if he turns into a demon. Then we can kill him. We have been tasked to rescue him as per Listy's command.
But
We cannot just kill him out of hand.
That's not
He
what
needs to
I'm
do
saying.
something aggressive. Then I will stab him repeatedly in the face. Is that good enough?
That's
little
not
web?
what I'm saying.
Well, he's
What
saying
if he's
detect evil, or
not?
she's saying.
What if he's not who we think he is?
Then we will deal with that when he reveals who he truly is.
She huffs. She looks frustrated. She turns her head to the side.
No, little web. No need to be upset.
Can you detect evil on him?
No. Otherwise, I would already have done so.
Then she smiles because he said, I already have done so. Like they share the same type of thoughts.
Well, you may be small and without much fur, but if you were a Ursus Major like myself, you would be a strong one.
She looks back at him, looks over at the guy, her head turns around to look at him. She's still suspicious.
Yes, the paranoia is real with you, my dear.
Maybe they were making
Yes,
these dogs.
good. Come along, Webkey. Come along, Eric. Come along, Rotard. Let's go.
You just call me Rotard.
It's Road.
That, oh.
I've checked the hall as far as this next intersection for traps, and I didn't find anything. But I think we should all be quiet once it's going to bend around and go around the next corner here. So I'm sort of carefully making my way here at the front of the party currently and listening around the next corner.
Okay, yeah, you kind of listen and you hear the dripping of water and the ever so slight echoing sound of a rush of air as the draft moves down these dark and damp corridors.
Nice.
I'll wait on Road to go forward.
What happens here, Lex? I don't even see the walls. Is it just a dark hallway?
Yeah, it's clipped to the side, so where it's dark is just darkness. That's the side of the walls.
Okay.
I'm gonna close the door. Is there a lock on it? The one door?
Yeah, there is.
Alright, I'm gonna lock it behind us.
Okay, you sort of push the lock closed.
Wait, the lock's from the inside or the back? The lock is from inside the hallway or the lock is from inside the room?
Inside the hallway.
Okay, cool, I'll lock it. And then I'll keep going. And I'll keep my distance from this. From Jesus.
It's just...
This is awesome. These dark floors are scary. So, okay, I feel like I'm in a long new hallway. I'm going to scan it for traps again.
Okay.
You know, same as before, like the ceiling as well as floor traps.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's pretty good roll. I think that's a success.
You sweep the corner, you sweep the thing, you see that there's no traps present. Your ears kind of prick, and you hear two sets of sounds. From the north, you can hear a bubbling sort of noise, like a kind of a sloppy, bubbling echo. From the east fork, you can hear some kind of very distant conversation, almost like echoey whispers coming from that way.
Okay. Go over to this wall so I can kind of scoot up with my back against that wall and go to that corner right there.
Mm-hmm.
Try and determine what kind of voices, how far away they are, what language they're speaking.
Throw me a listen.
Away. Sure.
Yeah.
Here comes a listen check. Huh. Good roll.
You catch some words in common. You hear whispered on the kind of in the echoes, delightful, taste divine, good. And then it just is all kind of like a voice babble.
Okay, so someone's probably eating down there and they speak common. So I just relay that back to Sun, pass it around the corner to the rest of the party. There's an intersection up here with people on both sides. Or not people on both sides, sorry. Just people down the east hall. Okay.
And I relay it back to the rest of
Okay.
the people down.
And let us go and say hello. Why do you always have to skulk in corners? That is not the Ursius way. We go in, we knock on the door, we say, hello, delivery, and then we kill whoever comes to the door. Simple.
Keep your voice down.
All the sneaking makes Road's feet hurt. Clang, 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 clang.
You guys want to go
Clang
east
down the
here?
corridor.
Should we go east? Towards the voices? I'll try to move silently down the hallway ahead of the others.
You lead the way.
Figure out how far it is to the voices. I'm attempting to move silently as I go. But I'm...
Yes, you will, little man, because I will drag you if I have to, because you have to go back to Listy alive.
Alright.
To clarify, Lex, I did pick up my shield before we left.
Yeah, I figured you pick your stuff up.
It's a very important shield to me.
Little
So-
fur-chin feet plod down the hallway.
So Yellow Snow basically
slap, slap,
danced
slap.
down in tap shoes.
Yeah, you hear the kind of
Fade into
as
the
his
distance.
tapping gets further away.
Yeah, I got quite some distance away. I'm probably waiting and letting them catch up a bit. I shall go further probably before reporting back, but I'm sort of waiting until they come up the hallway a little closer. Okay, they're getting closer. Thinking there might be a doorway right here. It's another turn. Oh, another turn. This is quite a maze, Lex.
It is.
Yeah, Lex is more about quality rather than quantity.
Well, there's a lot of it too.
Webb, when Road says to you, "Come, little Webb, we will make sure they do not get themselves killed," your wedding dress changes colour.
Huh.
Pick a colour.
Oh no, wait. I'm lost. We
It's
go right?
also the name of a fruit.
Yeah, they all went
It
wandering
tastes
off right.
citrusy.
The little halfling legged it. He was trying to be quiet, but he went stomping off.
I will pick cream colored.
Okay, it changes colour to the colour of cream. It's all, and it has silver embellishments on it.
Oh, your dress has changed color, little Web.
Cream is not a fruit, little Web.
Huh? She looks over. Then she stares down at the dress. In amazement. Cream is not a color. It's the color of vanilla.
I wait at this intersection to signal
And
which
there's
way
a
I'm going.
vanilla cream.
I have never tried this vanilla you talk about.
Silly Web. Vanilla's
I
a bean,
prefer-
not a fruit.
I prefer the taste of my enemy's brains. I
Around
like to
another
crunch
corner.
between
Yeah,
my
okay,
back.
keep going, son. After you cross that next corner, okay, I'm gonna go west here, not through the door, I'm gonna go west.
Do I feel any different now that the dress is a different color?
No, it's just changed colour. It seems to fit you a little bit better.
Whoops.
Feels a
I
bit more
didn't even
comfortable.
get into that room, son. I don't know what happened
That's
to
a
you on
little...
that.
Lex,
Yeah,
that's
I
a little
wouldn't-
scary, Lex.
Yeah, it is. It's worrying.
That's a little scary, Lex.
Still going through this maze.
It's okay, Lex, because the snow never bothered me anyway.
Is it a maze if there's only one way to go?
I think I'm almost at the end of it, maybe. No, there was one spot where there was two ways to go. It's a door, and Road is at the door now. I didn't go
Okay,
through the door though. I went west there.
Road, you sniff at the door and you smell a kind of slightly sweet smell. You've never smelt it before. God, how do I describe the smell of something you never smelled before? That doesn't make sense. Yeah, it's kind of like it's a natural smell. It's
With
sweet.
difficulty.
Yeah, it's a smell you've never encountered before, but it seems very pleasant. It seems like something you'd very much like to eat if you could eat it. Yeah, good stuff.
It's a vanilla taste. Road, I think
Smells like
this
vanilla
dress
and fish.
is going to become a problem. We have to figure out a way to...
Okay, you push open the door, it just goes. The door just opens. And you can pretty much... Let me just remove it. There we go, you can go through the door. Awesome. You're in the room that you can see. And this is what you see. The room is largely empty, apart from there's a woman who is at a table, and she's feasting. She's eating food. She looks like she's in her later life. She's eating stuff. And on the table of food, you can see there are...
Nice token.
There's fruits. There appears to be some kind of... You've seen cream before. It looks like cream that's been frozen. It has little speckles of dark things in it. And the smell from the table is wonderful. It's that smell. You're like, oh, yeah, that looks tasty. I would totally eat what's on there. That would be great. And Webb, as you sort of stick your little head through the door, you see the same thing, the same room. You can see the woman behind the table. She's eating. Upon the table, you see bowls of mice that are alive. Other small little mammals. They look nice and fresh and plump, and they look delicious.
Ah.
I say, Road, don't eat the food.
Turns towards the table and looks at the old woman and goes, "Hi, old lady. How did we would find you in this here, an abandoned temples of my people?"
The old lady looks up from her meal, and she kind of glances at you with glassy eyes, and she says, "Oh, hello. Come in. I've prepared the table. Come, children, come and eat. Can you give me a save versus spells, Road and Webb?"
She looked like... so she's looking at us like in that Baba Yaga kind of way. I gotcha.
Yeah. This is going to be interesting. Save
Would you
versus
like
spell,
some
you
chicken
said?
legs
Yeah.
attached to a hut?
That's a 20!
I need to roll under or
Man,
over.
nice. Everybody's rolling high.
Over, then I've survived. I'm all right then.
Cool.
I have made...
You
Do I feel the use of magic on me if that's the case?
You do feel like the whole room kind of hums with a kind of magic, and you sort of look at the table. It still looks very nice, but you don't feel compelled to do anything in particular. You just kind of go, okay.
Okay, so wait, I passed my thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I had a good enough look at her, and I'm gonna yell at Road, and I've never yelled at Road. I'm gonna say, "She's a witch! She's a witch!" Just yell.
I hear you. I am going to stand and look at Webb
right there.
and be like, "Of course she's a witch. She is in a temple of an abandoned temple of my people. You do not find normal people in temples." Just going to argue with her about it for 5 minutes.
I was just making sure you knew she was bad.
Did Yellow Snow and I hear Webkey yell, "She's a witch"?
Yellow Snow, give me a listen check. Let's see how good your ears are.
Double use of my yell. Right. I'm glad he picked up what I was throwing down there.
That's not a good listen check, I don't think.
Okay. You don't. You hear echoing, but it's the same general echoing that you hear around the place. The woman behind the table, she's like, "Witch? You insult me? Young people today, so insulting." And she kind of goes back to her meal, and she's kind of like eating it and biting it, and she's eating. The guy who's with you walks into the room.
If he goes anywhere near the table, I'm grabbing him by the scruff of the neck and keeping him well away from it. He is now the person I am protecting. And if I have to, I will knock the fucker out. and
Okay,
carry him on my back.
he kind of looks over at the table and says, "Oh, madam, good to see you here. I remember you. Lucille! Ah, my old friend." And he does indeed go to walk towards the table.
Him by the back of the neck.
Okay, you can make a grab for him, so you can just roll an attack, I guess.
There you are then.
Yeah, you perfectly grab him. You grab him by the scruff and pull him backwards, and he's like,
No, you do not go up to people. You are under Road's protection.
he squirms in your arms and goes, "How rude of you! Get off me, sir! I know this woman."
I do not care if you are married to her, but not that I would think you would marry such an evil-looking creature. But you are under my protection. Listy has asked me to protect you, and I will protect you.
As you do that, the woman kind of stands up from behind her desk, and she points at you, and she says, "You're such rude guests. He just wants to come and eat with me. Come eat with me."
No.
No.
What part of no do you not understand, huh?
This is true. Let's have a look. Let's see what I gave her. Pretty sure I gave her...
I'm in a cantrip. Can I cantrip?
In your turn? You certainly can.
Sorry.
So,
Sorry.
she waves her hands and she says, "By the power of darkness and all things that wallow in slime, by the disgusting things of the netherworld, I compel you, my friend, come and eat with me." And she attempts to cast a spell on you, Road, so save versus spells.
No, not going to. I pass automatically out of pure stubbornness. Okay.
Okay. You go, "Okay, she looks like a normal person. Your friend was right. You know this woman. There's nothing wrong with her.
Lucille,
it's been a long day. You
now. I
overreacted.
recognize your face. I have seen your face 1,000 times, I am sure.
Webb, your two companions go glassy-eyed and start walking towards the table.
I screech and yodel. I yodel for the group, and then I cast a magic missile at her. Yes, my yodeling is going to come in handy. You know it. Let's see. Where's my yodel at? Yodel. Come over here.
Hark! Who is yodeling?
And a screech, right? So it's got to be like an owl. Like, and I think I'm running out of spells here.
So just like to point out, I yodeled and I upset my dog. So let's just put it that way.
I think I'm running out of spells here, so I'm still going to cast another magic missile. Hopefully she goes down easier than that priest, but I doubt it. Okay, let me get the dice roller.
Rollerino.
2, 7 damage.
Okay, your missiles streak over the top and slam into her, and she takes the damage.
By the way, Gold.
Yeah.
Same issue like is in this group as another group. When you split up in a dungeon, it never goes well.
Yeah.
Ever.
Okay, he turns round and he says, "Why are you attacking Lucille? Have you lost your mind?" And he reaches out to grab you.
Oh gosh.
Does 17 hit your AC?
He's grabbing me.
Yeah.
No.
So the Jesus and Lucille are friends.
I have an AC of... Shit. Sorry, I'm on the spells page. I have an AC of 8. So probably.
Yeah.
Right?
He grabs you, so he puts his hands on you, he grabs you. He's not being violent, like to hurt you. He just like gathers you up in his arms, and because you're quite small, he holds you there.
Okay, and I'm going to screech out like, bloody murder, like, "Rowan, help me! Help!"
You're, let's see. Would I rule that happens? No, not yet. Okay, so Road, you walk over to the table. You say, so from what you see is that Webb's just making a mistake. This person's a friend of the guy you're supposed to save.
Totally
so
fine.
He's just trying to stop her. Yeah,
Totally
so you walk
fine.
over to the table.
Lucille, I've seen her 1,000 times myself. Suddenly best mates.
Yeah.
You know, Webb's having a Webb moment. You know, what more needs to be said?
Lucille.
And you go to the table and you begin to eat, and you eat the ice cream, and it has this kind of slightly spicy, sweet flavor. It's an incredible flavor to it.
I'd like to point out I don't like ice cream.
You do now. You have no
shit.
choice.
I hate ice cream.
All right, so it's her go. She is going to. Let's see what she does. She doesn't have a lot left.
And a crop in the fields. You picked a fine time to leave me, Lucille.
Okay, here we go. This is what she does. She begins to chant. Road, she's having a conversation with you about your people. She wants to know about shamanism. She wants to know about the spirit. She's super respectful. Finally, a human that's not a moron. You're not sure what the other guy feels. Where, but you can hear this dark chanting.
I disagree. They're all morons. I'm sorry. She's just really played her hand there.
And her voice echoes around the room. It echoes in your ears, and it gets in your head, and you feel yourself becoming muzzy, and you need to give me a save versus spells.
Nah, I don't think I'll bother this time. The last time was a pretty shitty roll. Nope, even worse.
That's okay. It's on Web. It's not on you, dude.
No,
All right.
I'm gonna fill this one. No. Oh wait, I have to roll saving throw.
Yeah.
Oh sweet, I got that. Ah, damn it.
I don't have that. Okay. As you're struggling, your eyes meet with hers for just a moment, and there's a little flash between you. And she speaks a word, and that word is flee. You have an uncontrollable urge to escape. You'll break free of this guy holding you, and you will flee away from this room as fast as you possibly can on your turn.
Am I still coherent about what's going on?
Only that you absolutely must flee. Yeah, it doesn't matter why you have to flee. You just have to get out. It's uncontrollable panic. You just want to get away.
Sweet.
Yellow. You hear screaming.
I'll start to backtrack as fast as my little feet will carry me. And I will not worry about going silently. So I'm going to use the Jason waypoint method and just try to measure out my 60 feet. I think as a little halfling, I can only go 60 feet or so. Oh well, when I do that, the lighting doesn't go around the corner. Okay, so there's my first 20 feet, and then there's my second 20 feet. Oh god, it's so dark in these hallways. So I feel my way along the hallways, trying to find my way back to where they are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know where the heck I am now. I feel like I'm in a dark spot. I can't see a hallway. Did I come to a dead end, Lex?
There's a fork there.
Or am I just in the complete dark? Okay, there. I finally found the fork. Okay, so apparently I had to feel my way around and use infravision for a second. That's about as far as I can go in one round, because I've got short legs. I'm a halfling.
Yeah. Okay, no problem. Sun.
Son, I want to speed up into a jog action to double my movement, so I can move 120 feet per round. And did I hear the scream as well?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Set up waypoints. I think the map is update only on drop, so here's 13 feet. And then there's another 12 for 25. And then there's another 11 for 36. Then, let's see. There's another 10 for 46. Then there's another 16 for 62 feet.
Let's see
And
if I can
then
click off the.
There's another 62. And it's 24 for 86. And then I think I can get to about, let's see, that's 24 to 48. That's 86 and 24 is
You blow past me right there.
and
On those longer elf legs, you get past me at that point.
110 and 10 more feet to here. And that's 120.
Okay. As you round the corner, you can see the doors open. You can see that the Eric guy is holding Webb, who's screeching in terror and attempting to escape. That's what you see as you come bounding around the corner.
Okay. And
Little Webb, who escapes the grasp and needs to run.
Alright, let's see. How much movement do I got here? I got... We're gonna start doing that. But if I get any coherentness to be able to, like, talk or say anything, you let me know when I do.
Yeah, you just you're compelled to scream and run. You can still talk, but you would just be bombing it.
Okay, so then when she runs in a hallway, her head turns in 180 degrees backwards, looking at him as she's running straight like a bird. Not, I see the hallway, right? So I just turn my head completely around, and I yell to Rode, or his son. I'm like, "Roy's in danger, witch! Plug your ears! Ah! Hold your hand at the level of your eye!" And then I just kind of go down the hallway. And I can't move for some reason.
Jumping forward a bit.
Went the wrong way.
Eric walks over to the table and he's like, "Oh, she was quite flighty. I'm sure she had the wrong impression. Here, let's eat together." And he just begins eating the food. Road, give me a save versus spell. Oh dear. You talk pleasantly with the woman. Lucille's a nice person. She pours you wine. You've never really tried wine before. It's a bit of a poncy drink, but it's not too bad. And you pretty much enjoy your meal. It's been a long day. There hasn't been a good time to consume food and have warm company.
I don't like this, Lex. I don't like not being in control of my own actions. This has got to stop.
Right, what's she going to do? All right.
Without someone, my brains, just clarifying that.
Yeah. She walks around the table and she says, it's been such a long time since I've had decent company, and you're such a proud and strong man. Do you mind if I sit down?" And she pops down in your lap and she sits down there.
Yes, I mind you sitting on bear lap. I'm not a bear seat.
Despite that, she sits in your lap. You're kind of like, "Oh, stupid humans," And you can always like gently, politely shove her off in your turn.
Yeah, just sort of nudge her off with my hand.
Yeah.
No,
Politely like you do with these little creatures that
like I do with
free.
Webb all the time when I'm standing around and she's trying to climb on my lap or on my back.
What is it with females trying to ride you? It's odd, isn't it?
I'm a big bear man. What do you expect?
Yeah, but there's guys that usually want to ride the bear.
Once you go bear, don't go back. Just saying.
Yellow.
Yep, I run and make it to near where Sunroared is. Just I could possibly go a little past him into the room, but as I get to that position at the front of the door, I just try to ascertain the situation and see if the screaming is still heard or if now he's sat down for a nice organic meal with old Lucille.
He's, as you sort of look in the room, because you didn't see Webb running away, you kind of hear someone as though they're running off south of you.
Huh.
It's quite a big room. There's a table laid out.
Uh-huh.
There's the person that you saved is eating at the table. Road is chatting to this woman here, who looks quite old, and they're talking about something. They're sort of laughing and talking with each other.
Are they?
It looks like she's eating bloody hair.
Yeah, I don't like that so much, but if he thinks it's someone, it could be someone from, that could be like his nanny from when his people used to live here or something. I'm gonna try to spy on their conversation and pick up the details of what they talk about. Listening as closely as I can.
Okay.
Just trying to pick up the tone, see if it's a regular negotiation or if Road is cursed or enchanted. And where did Webkey go anyway?
You catch the conversation. Road is speaking in common, as he does when he speaks normal. He says, "Oh, little woman, do not sit on my lap. It is dangerous for you. I might break you." And the woman says, as she's looking at him, "But I want to sit closer to you. That way I can eat your face." And then they just continue to speak as they are.
Oh, that's
Road
weird.
doesn't appear to react to that.
That's weird. He seems a bit... I tell Sunnord he seems a bit enchanted because he's not reacting properly to what his old nanny is saying. And
He's
you're right,
getting an awkward burner.
She is chewing on bloody hair, so that's also another suspicious sign. And I do see a couple of... are these those crystal lights, or are these...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're the crystal lights.
Okay. So, Jesus, we freed Eric, and then he sided up with Lucille.
He's sitting at the table eating. He does exchange a few words, but he looks like he's hungry.
He's hungry for the table?
Yeah, he's like picking things up off the table and eating.
Oh God, what if stepping into this room causes you to want to eat at the table? Well, I sit down here to think about it and start to satiate myself with an engorged amount of halfling rations to make sure that I'm absolutely not hungry for any kind of witch food if I should happen to be tempted to it. So I sit down here and ponder the situation while stuffing, some wafers into my face and thinking about it.
All right, cool. Son.
Okay. I fully step in the room and say,
"Oh my god! Rotard! Get away from her! She's going to eat your face!"
Okay, you step into the room and you do indeed say all that. Road doesn't look round, neither does the other guy, and save versus spell, please.
Okay.
TPK by Baba Yaga.
Oh wait, that's
Oh dear. be right back, Amu.
That's all right, man. You take your time while I'm trying to get my shit sorted. It's all right, Lex. Just take your time, bud.
So elven characters have
Okay.
90% resistance to sleep and charm-related spells.
They
I don't
do.
know if this is spell or if it's even charm, but
This is true. You do have that. So as you step into the room, you can see that Road's out of his mind. You look at the table, and the guy you saved is eating rotten bits of person. It looks like there's skulls on there, there's arms, there's fingers, and you get that familiar prickle of a spell being cast upon you, and then it doesn't work, and you're just like, what the fuck?
So Eric, you're eating dead people. Road, that witch is trying to eat your face. What the hell are you doing? Get out of here! You fucking retard! Get out!
Yes.
They don't hear you at all. They just glassily. He's eating, and Road is conversing with this creature.
Oh no.
Okay. I'm gonna come over and smack Road in the face, trying to snap him out of it.
Okay.
I can't actually move my token right now.
Oh, it's caught on the. There we go.
There we go. Okay. Slash RD20. Smack. Probably me.
Yeah, that's not a good hit.
Yeah, you might have hit my armor.
Yeah, you snap the armor. I don't think it's enough to sort of rouse you, though. It's not a decent hit.
And that's the end of my turn. Yep.
Yeah. Yep. Webb. So you come out of your need to run away. You kind of go around that corner, and you're sort of huffing, and you're looking around wildly, and you sort of come back to your senses, and you're alone in this corridor.
I instantly feel guilty, and I want to go running back. Because
Cool.
I know Road's in trouble, and nobody ever listens to me, so they're not going to... they're not going to listen to my word, and they're going to get in trouble, too. Why doesn't anybody ever listen to me? I'm not sure if I have any more spells left.
You're a short, weird, owl-looking girl, maybe.
No, it's because I'm always right.
I think you're out of spell slots.
No, you're not.
Yeah. Now, there's a lot of things you can get away with cantrip. Wait, I'm out of spells completely, right? I think almost. Yeah. Okay, forget about it. I just run inside. I'm gonna go tackle her.
Nice.
If I can do that. I ran away a distance and then I ran back a distance, so can I actually do that this round?
Let's see what your speed is. You're very quick. 1, 2, 6, 20, 40. She's not defending herself. You could run up to her. Yeah, that's fine.
Alright. I'm gonna talon her. Talon attack, boys. Let's see. For
some reason, I've got in the back of my head you running across the field, jumping on her, pushing her off, saying, "Only one person gets to ride, Road."
Yeah, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna dig into her with my talons. See if I can make that attack. I got the best Thaco ever. So let's do this shit. Bam! I get...
Oh, God. Cool, roll damage.
Popeye. 3 damage. Maybe she won't be able to cast spells.
She like hisses at you like, bitch bird. Road, you see the Webkey comes running in, and she says to Lucy, "Hi, may I at the table?" Lucy says, "Yes, please do. Here, take my hand." And she like takes the hand, and they start to talk to each other. And then it's your go. Save versus spell.
Yeah, never gonna happen.
Make the roll.
Nope. I'm getting progressively worse.
You're losing yourself in the dream. It's becoming real. Webb and this person are talking quite pleasantly. It's quite nice to see Webb talking to someone that she gets on with, and they're talking.
Yes, little Red, be her friend. It is okay. She does not hurt anyone.
Exactly. Okay. So she is going to strike back at Webb, hissing and cursing. Not with that, she's not. Yella?
Consulting all my anti-witch selections I've got here on my character. I'm afraid if I go in the room that I'll get bewitched too. And then, so Webkey's technique was just to run straight in there at them?
She bolted into the door and started raking her with her talons.
Oh my goodness.
She's odd, you've never seen the little bird girl attack someone before.
Why is she enraged at them? Is she bewitched too? I don't know. Hold on, I'm just looking through my sheet here. All I've got is the Brooch of Arl, the Icy Lightstone, the Hand Crossbow, Poison Short Sword, Thief Skills.
You have a hand crossbow?
Yeah, I have a hand crossbow. I could shoot it from the doorway. In case going in the room is part of what makes you possibly more victimized.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I grab onto this side of the door jamb and lean in a little bit, lean my arm around the door right there, and shoot the crossbow at... So it looks like I could easily shoot this person, or this person, or this person. That's convenient. Can't shoot the Jesus guy. Oh, is that the witch right there?
Yes.
Well, why doesn't she just stand like right in the middle of all the party's tokens? So I'll be sure to... That'll be real easy to weave a crossbow bolt. Yeah, so I'll shoot my crossbow bolt on a ricochet. I'll hit it off this wall and then make it bounce back and hit her over here.
Cool.
I don't think that would work. Okay, I just try to shoot her, but I have to shoot between, like, Road's... Like, she's on Road's lap right now?
Road kind of pushed her off gently, so she's kind of sitting to stand to the side of him. So you've got a shot. You could definitely take a shot.
Okay, I shoot my hand crossbow. It looks like a very crowded shot. Here we go. It's a D20 plus 1 plus 2. And it's rolling. And I've missed. But at least I didn't hit my friends.
Let's have a look. You rolled a 10.
Modified
no, she's wearing
10.
no armor.
Modified 10.
Yeah, that's fine.
If she has no armor, that would be a hit, yeah. No armor, no dex.
The bolt hits her.
Oh, okay. Got lucky on that. Hand crossbow, probably like a D3 or something? 2 damage, maybe?
Yeah.
I can roll it if you want, but 2 damage would work.
You could... Yeah, let's roll it. Let's see what you get.
Alright, later I'll set up a macro so this stuff's faster. I think it's a D3. And I don't think it takes any modifiers. So 1 point of damage. I pricked her with a little hand crossbow that I'm trying to get used to using.
You did. Yeah, you score a hit, though. You're like, getting better at this.
Yay.
Fun.
Easy AC.
Okay. Mic check.
Yep, you're on.
Mic check time.
Yeah. I'm just gonna come over here and pull out my sling, put a bullet in it, and shoot the witch hard as I can.
Cool.
Roll to hit.
Yep.
AC 6 would be AC 14.
Which is a hit.
Okay. And is she a medium creature?
Cheers.
Okay. So if she's a
Oh,
non-magical creature, then that's 5 damage. If she doesn't have weapon resistance.
No, she. Your sling's a very good shot. It hits her on the side of her head and goes pop, and she falls down in a slump onto the ground.
Nice.
Those of you under the influence of the charm lifts, and you come to your senses.
Oh, good.
Ha ha ha! Take that, witchy bitch.
And I'm just gonna stand there stomping on her head, and I'm gonna look over at like repeatedly, stomp, 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 stomp until it's like bloody mash. And I'm gonna look over at Sir Eric, and I'm gonna say,
Now stop eating dead people, you fucking twit!
He like looks at the table and is like, "Whoa," and he throws up.
Not as tasty as I thought it would be.
No, mostly disappointing.
Yes. No flavor, very bland. From brown to fucking weird Russian guy at some reason.
I thought at first you were supposed to be Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No, that would be Arnold. My Arnold Schwarzenegger.
There you go. That's how you sounded at first, right there.
No, it was all very deep and very, very slow because I don't talk too fast. Then I thought I'd go full brown from League of Legends, but I just can't keep that accent in my head for too long because it just slips away like an angry spirit.
You watch the movie Golden Compass, dude, and then you have it.
He knows the movie.
Well, I think we'll probably be finishing tonight anyway, won't we? Yeah. Dead dog. See, that's quite tasty.
Dead dog and person. Delicious. Good. You defeated the cannibal mother. Very good. She did have a little bit of fun with you guys, which is great. And it is indeed time to end. You did really well. You cleared out the ritual. You did your own shamanic ritual. You set some traps.
Cool.
You defeated an assassin. You found this room. People got bewitched. People freaked out.
Yes.
Webb's wedding dress has changed color, which is unusual.
What more is required?
Yeah.
What?
Which probably pureed brains or something, but hey, it tasted okay to me.
Yeah. The wedding dress it remains the cream color for the time being, and will change when certain things happen.
I will call Webb the Queen of Cream.
My character needs to marry somebody, or else she's gonna end up dying in that dress. It's gonna squeeze her to death. Head's gonna pop off.
That would be awesome. Do it. I'll heal you afterwards. It'll be fine.
That's one. Need one hell of a healing spell.
As soon as we get back to Lucille, what's her name? Lucille?
Don't worry, little Webb. I have you covered. If you die, I will just put your spirit into a fetish and carry it around with me everywhere I go.
I'm gonna be like, you need to get this dress off of me now. Try to cut myself out.
Yeah.
Trick road into getting married, you know? Like, oh, this is just a
never
ritual
gonna
of my
happen,
people.
Jason.
It's
Never
just a
gonna
ritual
happen.
of my people.
I've already got 7. I've already got 6 wives. I don't need another one, especially a small one like you.
How sad. He wouldn't do it to save her life. Aww.
Oh no! I could arrange some. We could marry off to the Furchin. He's your height.
But he has no honor.
You don't need a man with honor. If you're just going to marry him to get out of the dress, that sounds weird. I could cast Detect Curse on you, but I don't think I'll bother.
I'm cursed, Peck. This whole place is cursed, Peck.
No, it is just old and abandoned. Stop your dramatic over complication of things. Typical woman, just complaining.
Oh, that's funny.
I like this where she's gone. She's gone to this, like, they just listen to me.
She's gone like, guys.
It's so classic. It's a witch. He's like, I know it's a witch, but, we have to talk to them for a while. He's having this whole conversation. She's like,
it was kind of hard for me to turn around and say, yes, I know she is a witch, but she's just charmed me, so I've got to go over and say hello. I did listen to you, just by that point I didn't care. I'd already been on the spell. Like, shut your face, you whiny owl girl.
Their perceptions are so different. I love it. Their web's kind of weird.
To be fair, actually, I'm really enjoying the interplay between Web and Road. I'm really enjoying the little conversations they have.
Yeah, it's cool how all the characters are kind of getting to know each other.
Mm-hmm.
Except for that annoying little elf called Sundrod.
And that Rotard.
Calling me names. Not happy with it.
It kind of makes sense culturally. Like, his people oppress your people, so, like, he probably does have pet
I
names for
haven't
your
called
kind.
him stupid names. I just call him the Fax. He's the coward. He ran away from the fight. That may have been 2 weeks ago, but still, it doesn't count.
And
He's going to have to prove himself with an act of pure valor.
He keeps talking to me when it was Webkey that was speaking.
It's because you both sound the same to me, because I'm odd and I'm weird and everyone sounds the same. I'm Road, for fuck's sake. I'm a bear. You all sound like little twittery birds to me when you talk.
Yeah, you're retarded.
Me and you're gonna have a falling out, man. Seriously.
Oh man, these crewing elves, man, they just can't help keeping your people down.
I know, right?
They?
Depression Olympics right here, man. I win by default. People wiped out, name calling in the party.
Okay, I'm just gonna plant that ring, like amongst their stuff. Be like, I found this. Have somebody like find the ring amongst their stuff, right? And be like, he's one of them. Kill him.
To be fair, that would be amusing because he'd have to backpedal pretty quickly.
Yeah, you're picking up quite a few rings now. You got an Inquisitional ring. Someone's got wedding rings.
I have no rings apart from the very heavy ones on my armor.
Lex's little hint there about you gotta put the ring on the wedding ring on Webkey and then the ring on somebody else, and then she's free.
And then
I don't know nothing because nobody. You see, in character wise, Road doesn't know none of this.
Do I even remember anybody finding the wedding rings?
No, the person that took them on the quiet.
Yeah, they're gonna pawn them off. It's gonna be like the one thing that can save me.
It's like when,
worth 100 gold or.
It's like when you play one of those old Ultima games and you need a key item and you just fucking drop it somewhere in the world and then you have no idea where the hell it is, so you just uninstall the game.
You have to literally go back and check every chest or something. See if it's still there.
Yeah.
What are
Digging
these
through your
rings do
bags.
anyway? What are they about?
You thought it was a sell item, so you sold it. Quest item. You can't do the quest over it.
Well, let's just say I knew a pawn shop where one could buy such rings back. For an
you're of a certain profession. You'd know where the local underground sort of trading is. You could take them to have them assessed.
I am definitely under the impression my character has to get married to get this wedding dress off. She needs to have set up the whole night of
Oddly enough, 2 weeks ago, you were all like, I've got a wedding dress, I'm so happy. Now like, shit, it's slowly killing me. Gotta get it off.
Well, It's cool. When I turn into the Ice Queen and start killing you guys all, you guys will know how real this shit is.
All right, guys, I'm going to head off. I'll see you all later.
All right, have a good one, man.
It was great playing with you.
Yeah, see you guys later. Thanks for coming.
Yep, see you next week.
It was fun, Gold. Cool hanging out.
Good seeing you. I gotta run, so I got a bunch of messages and stuff. I'm gonna walk the dog. She's dying to go out. But good game.
Yeah, take
Good to
care,
see you.
brother.
Talk to you again soon.
Later, man.